Okay, if you can hear the sound of my voice, I think we are finally live. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. I am the Lord of the land in Manor Lords. And you can't spell Manor Lords without man. Phew. Finally, we are live. We're going to be playing the most difficult Bandit start today. Survival against the gnawing hordes of unscrupulous ruffians. The chittering masses. The rabble of peasants. Welcome one and all to the live stream. We are not having any connection difficulties right now. Hopefully we will not disconnect horribly during the live stream like we did 2 hours ago because of my horrible internet. I have called the company and requested some changes and anyway, a couple quick announcements before we begin. Probably not streaming again for a while until I get that problem figured out, but we'll try it again. Anyway, I already did some coverage on the VOD channel of this game. It was in 1440p. We are streaming in 1080p right now because I don't want to explode the internet. So if you do want to see something like slightly higher quality, go over there. Don't jinx it. I'm already trying so hard not to jinx it. But yeah, if you do want to see it there, I have a complete playthrough of that one, but we're going to be trying a difficult start here, so I want to give this a shot. This game is made by a solo developer, mostly, Slavic Magic, I do believe. And also, I did receive a key from Hooded Horse to this, but this game has lived up to all the expectations, which is why I'm kind of proudly showcasing it on every channel. I think it's great. I think this is like a total home run. I just kind of want more content, more of this game. It's great. All around a very satisfying package, which I do believe has been beautifully executed in the 10 or so hours I've now been playing it. But let me just go over here to my notes. So yeah, basically we're going to be attempting to not die for a few hours. We've done 3 settlements so far. And hey, it's Biffa Plays Indie. What's up, Biffa? Are you, like, potentially considering doing this because it involves cities? I don't know, like, maybe we go back in time to medieval cities. Anyway, I will be starting a new game. If this doesn't work, then I will take my other start from over before. I am Albrecht, which is... Oh, no, I just renamed myself. I look like Feedback Gaming Dave. My name is Nickel, though. Maybe we should just go by Dave. Yeah, we'll go by Dave. Shout out to Feedback Gaming Dave, because this kind of looks like... Dave. Well, it looks like his avatar, that is to say. Anyway, we are going to be the house of the poorly cropped horse. And it's just sort of like a cylinder there. Because it's poorly cropped. Or we could make it too small, or just upside down. There is that. It doesn't fit. It is very undersatisfying. Oh well, whatever. That's what we're going with. Okay, so this game has 3 starts that we are being given right now, at least in the... And keep in mind, this is the pre-early access build of the game. So that is to say that, like, this is all still well under development. But, yeah, we've got the non-violent start. This is Rise to Prosperity. I kind of learned the game on this, and it is very intuitive, and you can learn it within a couple of hours, thus... But, you'll basically won't have any type of conflict, and there won't be any reason to go on, because why live without adversity? It helps us grow. So, Rise to Prosperity is fine, but it's non-violent. Restoring the Peace, I think, is the way that this game is more or less meant to be played. You have some bandit camps that are, like, raiding here and there, hither and thither. However, that being said, you have another ruler whom you're kind of competing with for claims to the land. It has a little bit of a Crusader Kings vibe to it, but I am going to be doing On the Edge. I'm going to be doing the default settings because I have played on Restoring the Peace, and I'm confident I have that. But yeah, we're just going to be going with the default settings for On the Edge. Grow your city and raise forces as quickly as you can. The lands are pestered by raiders, and undefended settlements will quickly perish. So we will get them after year 1, so they will be quite... troublesome and problematic. Survive all the attacks and reach the large town settlement level, which, you know, isn't really that difficult, but is maybe better than conquer all the area because that requires a lot of influence, and that is a thing. Also, the real LAC, thank you very much for the $5. Let us. I don't really have any more food puns for you today, but, I have Manor Lords is played by a man. Let's see if we got a spawn that is actually decent. I'm just going to pause the game momentarily for a second without exploding. Before I do anything, let's just look a little bit at what is going on here. So we have a new message. So large town is our victory win con. We do have some berries present, although the wild animals are just a little bit far away. I'm okay with this settlement. You know, the stones are all the way over here, so that might be problematic. Also, this is the game area. This is, like, what is available to us overall. We can claim these regions, or someone else can come in here and try to claim them for, against us. Here we go. But, yeah, like, overall, we probably will just develop one region a lot. We could kind of specialize each region more or less if we wanted to, but I don't think I'm going to go for that crazy start. These actually seem like fairly close together. We do have berries a little bit far off, but berries is just kind of like a specialized endeavor. So I'm feeling like as long as our fertility is decent, we could make something of this start. Let's just go ahead and look in here. Ooh, that's actually not that good. Okay, I'm actually just going to load up a save that I had from the last stream before everything horribly, like, imploded. Because this was a decent spawn, and I don't want to give myself something that's just kind of boring for a few hours, so let's do this instead. Also, the real LAC, thank you very much for the 10 dot. Please don't put yourself at any financial need, but I do appreciate it. Okay, this was one that, nope, this is the wrong one. I will load up a different one. My bad. Okay, that was another one I did a different day. And also, Arcadesium, thank you very much for the €4.99. Appreciate you. Sorry about the stream crashing before we had, some problems. Anyway, okay, so then here is a spawn that I got that is actually decent. So we are between some berries and some wild animals, and this is the same scenario, so we've just spawned in exactly the same thing. I just wanted to make sure that was, like, kind of taken care of. But we do have better emmer fertility here. We have responsive building layouts, which we'll see more of in a second. I'm just going to turn through these tutorial messages. We also have decent fertility on just about everything. Emmer, or wheat, basically, is over here. Or is pretty much everywhere. But then flax is a couple more patches. We'll have to be more specific with this. And barley is also decent over here, but again, we're going to have to be a bit more specific. So we kind of want to plan a layout that will prepare us. Unfortunately, on this map, instead, we are right in the middle, which can be problematic and bad, but, you know, if we do have to call in mercenaries from somewhere, it will at least not take them very long to get to us, which will be, like, ideal. So let's begin. We first off need some, like, wood. We have some berries over here. We will begin with berry harvestation, so we will begin maybe like something over here. I don't want to have to uproot too many trees, and you also don't want to deforest the berry area because that's disrespectful to the berries. But also we will need a logging camp, so I'm thinking, what if we just take out like this patch of woods because it would be nice to farm this and make it into arable land. That means that the land is better. So we'll do that, and we'll also need a woodcutter's lodge. Maybe we'll do that just a little bit further south, closer to this stone deposit, because generally in the beginning you want to keep everything kind of close together. As well as a saw pit will be useful, but I don't want to overload my families with tasks, because there is quite a lot to be done right there. And I will just go ahead and set some things up, and then I will explain some of the UI. Let's go ahead and get some of these. We also want to assign our families, but everyone is busy constructing right now. Let's just get some roads out. Isn't this kind of like cities' skylines, don't you think? I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts and overall impressions based on what you've seen of the game in the last few days? I've seen a lot of YouTube content on it, and a lot of people very happy and glad and smiling and making like good noises. We've also got our Lord. I am the man. I am the Lord. I am the Manor Lord. Unfortunately, we can't really see his face because he keeps turning away, which is problematic and bad. And, like, an avoidant behavior, so we don't really know what he looks like. He actually doesn't look like the avatar that I started with, but you can zoom in on people and see their daily lives. You can't really, like, interact right now, but this seems to be a feature in development, so you can just go through people. I'm a ghost. Ooh, I'm a ghost. I'm going through the bread baskets. Look at me go. But that seems to be available. So anyway, we have another message. We do have raiders approaching around the place. So they're going to be here in 365 days. I didn't know how to handle these, but hopefully in this stream we will do some bandit handling as we go. So let's go ahead and see our stockpiles. We don't actually have any sidearms or anything available right now, which is kind of tricky. But we need to, like, basically raise up a military or get some form of wealth, because in this game you can hire mercenaries, like this. What are the mercenary costs? So we need only 15 to hire some local thugs, or brigands for hire for 30, which is useful. So, we do have some options. Some of these have kind of funny descriptions. The green caps are over here. We probably won't have enough time to get a whole civilization, but we'll get, like, good bandit survival. Yes, indeed. Acquiring Cash is the name of the game. Kind of like Tropico. Am I going to play Infection-Free Zone? I've been seeing some information on that. It looks pretty good. Maybe I'll revisit. I've just got a lot of projects on my hands right now. Also, thank you for the $5, Soft Shell Ventorian. Appreciate you. Yep, so let's go ahead and just give them some time to get some of these things set up. We're going to just let these families go to work, and I'll explain a little bit of the UI. I'm going to put it on 2x speed or 4x speed. Oh, that's 12. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Normal, 4, 12x. So we have unassigned families who will work on construction. Here they are, working, pushing, pulling, and hitting. And there we go, the Woodcutter's Lodge is now finished. So they will sort of do some tasks if they're unassigned, but in general, we want to assign families to specialized tasks as we go. This is homeless people's tents. We want to get everyone out of homelessness. We have a forager hut over here, so these people will obtain berries and sustenance. We'll be doing that for the first few winters as we go. We've also got a logging camp going up here, which is good. We really just need fuel and food to survive. So we have 4 months of food, which is pretty good. But we could use more than that. We want more. There's not really any food preservation right now. I'm not sure if there's any plan on that, but it works as it is. I don't like... It's not too complicated, and I find that enjoyable. Anyway, firewood, crops we'll get to in a while, crafting materials, commodities. These things will be useful for trade, but it's going to take a long time to get to that. And also military. Other than that, we have some livestock to kind of carry things around and labor for us, where a single man could do no better. We will go ahead and assign a family to this logging camp because we want to get that up and going, like, ASAP. And we also want a saw pit because a lot of early buildings, i.e. our church, will require a saw pit. So now we have only 2 families unassigned. We are going to be kind of juggling our families around at the beginning. We don't really need to do too much on a forester's hut. I might build one but not do anything with it, but I am wary of overloading my people with tasks. We could also have, to be honest with you, a hunting camp, but I think the berries will be enough for right now. So let's go ahead and start to think about how we want to kind of set up our neighborhood. So we need burgage plots, which are their houses, in order to get people, yeah, like, if people are unassigned, they will sort of be lazy, but you can kind of get them to do things by, like, cajoling them somehow. So there is that. Do I believe in life after death? Well, there is church in this game. Shall we build the church so that we can get on to the life beyond? Oh, also we have wells, so we have underground water supplies. Now, I want to keep everything kind of close together because it is problematic and bad to put things far apart. So I'm thinking that this still gives us good access to the main road. We just need one line up to the main road so that we can trade. I believe it's like the King's Road or something. So if we put this over here, the main thing I just want to keep an eye on is emmer, or basically we can plant anywhere. Although it looks like our planting area is going to be kind of here, and for flax here. Flax is useful for clothing, but there are other ways to obtain clothes. Other ways and means, indeed. So I'm thinking that if we built a little bit off the main road here, but not too far from this, we could put maybe like a road in up here. And there's other sort of things you can do to adjust the curvature, like hold down control and, ooh, look, here goes the sinusoidal road. Very amazing and cool. We will just go for kind of a natural-looking road. Here we go. Wu-Tang, we finally have a road. And look at how smooth that is. It looks like almost as if it's a real road. Isn't that amazing? A great time will be had by all. Eggs are OP in the game. Yeah, we will get to some of like the some of the burgage plots and like their abilities as we go further, because you can have families specialize. Now, I want my first few families very, very close to these main industries because it minimizes the amount of time that they're going to be spending walking, running, crawling, maybe even to work. We have 4 timber, which is enough for 2 plots, and we want to get rid of the homelessness, so we're just going to... Isn't this so cool, though? I just find this building system to feel like very organic and almost as if it's a video game. Here we go. Amazing. Look at that. Construction finished. Saw pit. Whoops, that's not what I was trying to do at all. Let's just put somebody on that so that they can go. Jobless Dane, thank you very much for the 200 DKK. Yes, looking like a good target for a long ship or two. Also, I know, shame on me for getting... I didn't actually... yeah, shame on me indeed. Yeah, shame on me. I was just so happy to get to try out the game, though. They did give us, like, video creators about 2 weeks advance notice to try it, so... I'm so sorry to anyone who doesn't get to play it like I do right now. It's very good. It's very fun. It's living up to all of the reputation. You will like it too. You will like it too. And you will be happy. Alright, so we've got our families here. So we've got the oxen as... I'm sorry, just one solo ox. Box the ox. He is hauling back and forth like a good ox. Almost as if he were... hang on a second. Wait. We might be able to improve... we just get a slight frame skip whenever there is a save. That is... Like, the performance has been great. But here we go. I want to minimize the speed because this kind of workflow stuff is important. Okay, so we have only 348 days left before we are going to be attacked. Each burgage plot in our land can do something. We can give them vegetables, have them raise chickens for eggs, or we can get a goat shed for hides. Although these will cost us 25 regional wealth, which is quite a hefty sum this early on in the game. So we want to be careful with that. Let's just go back over to our construction. I really want to focus on just getting more families housed to begin with. Now, there are little other customizable things that each family can do as a unit of people, but here we have another one. We need 2 more in order to get everyone housed, so let's just get this. I'm finding that if I give them too much stuff to do at a time, they get kind of like information overload. Overload. I am the lord here. City builder / total war. Guys, it's actually blending the, like, we are kind of in the colony management part here, but it is kind of blending the two very well. I've never seen it executed, I guess, except in something like RimWorld, but RimWorld is sort of totally different on its own way. But yeah, it kind of combines the combat and that very well. Okay, so we have some exposed goods in our pantry right here. We need to go ahead and... Did I put in a well? Oh, well. No, I didn't. So funny. Let's go ahead and put in our well right there because it is good access to water. And then the tavern will wait on, the corpse pit will wait on. We want more burgage plot. Plots. Here we go. We also want a place for them to set up market stalls. Now, the houses closest to the market stalls will be served first, so I'm thinking of building up around... like this area-ish. So if we put the market stalls maybe like right here. Yeah, we'll put them like there. I kind of want to keep things on one road just so that there is like simple circulation here. Now this won't get so huge, but oh my gosh, wow. I'm just overwhelmed by the amount of pictures here. Great, that's happening. All right, we could speed up time a little bit, but we want to get a lot done in the first year, so tally-ho. Yeah, RimWorld does it pretty well, doesn't it? Interesting to hear how I talk live. I'm a 27-year-old bloke, and I'm moist. I hope that you dry up and don't get that moisture on everything. It would be a shame if it were to get on your chair, Saucy Lemon. Sorry about the moisture sopping onto your room. I, too, am sopping because it is hot in here. All right, sorry. Great segue. Donkey, thank you very much for the 200 Swedish kronas. Sweden, the land of my people. Well, some of them. I will bring a couple long ships, too. Oh, great, you're coming over. I'll get dinner ready in the Burgage plot. Let's go ahead and get a little bit more Burgage plot going here. Wu-Tang, I'm sorry, it'll be several millennia before the Wu-Tang clan comes into existence. Let's just leave that. Let's go ahead. We won't worry about farming right now because farming is more of like a far-off thing. We will probably do it in the second year, but we're just going to kind of try to spam our way to getting some sort of military before we really deserve one. Now, do we have enough... We have enough regional wealth, but we don't have enough personal money in our treasury, so we do want a granary. It's going to cost 10 stone, actually. I better be a little bit careful with this. Well, the storehouse is available. Okay, we'll do one more Burgage plot, and then we'll start with some of our storage buildings here. Yes, yes. Let's put them in here. Rotation. This is kind of interesting because you have a house and a half. Look at that. Isn't that cool? You can expand it out for more families. Already, though, I'm seeing that this is the kind of area where something could go horribly awry, you know, like responsive building layouts. Ooh, very hard to develop, except that they're working really well in this game. I haven't seen any issues with them yet. And I've seen some issues in... some other games. We play a good number of city building games on this channel. The city. Demand medieval medieval Wu-Tang. Can we get a clap for medieval Wu-Tang, everyone? Can we get a clap? Ooh, Wu-Tang, medieval Wu-Tang. All right. Okay, so our village is developing. People are coming in, and they're not even unhappy. So we have 339 days left in the year before the bandits arrive. The homelessness is going down, and the Sigma male grind toward lordship continues. We won't ever be the king, though, sadly. Exposed goods in our generic storage. It is helpful with these types of tips right here. We've got some bread, as well as some wood and some stone. There we go. We do also want to get some sort of pantry construction here, though. So now that we have enough money to afford something, we can put it into the storage. And I think if people are going to be having to come and go and, you know, do stuff here, let's go ahead and put this along this road so that we get up residential. Farming will be over here. And then we will have a granary somewhere around here, but we don't have enough goods yet. So we got to prepare ourselves for that. Yeah, the bread is getting rained on. It is moist. It is sopping wet now, the bread. But don't you kind of like that? It's like pre-chewed bread. No, the bread will... Stop saying bad things about the bread! The bread is totally fine. Relax, everyone. Relax. The bread is okay. I will sip on that thick tea and yeet that moist bread. All right, now that we've lost Gen Z completely, let's go ahead and just continue. We've done map things. We've done construction things. We haven't really done army because there's no one to recruit. Oh, also my approval is lowering because homelessness is still around. There is still homelessness, and what are we doing about it? Nothing. I mean, well, we are doing a little bit. We are building houses, but not fast enough. So we need higher approval if we want the area to grow, and we want to attract in more families to scam into peasanthood. So we've got, work for us. We've got 10 men and 4 women. That's always sort of the ratio here. It's tough being a dude in this society, man. It's a hard life of labor. But now we have enough that everyone is no longer homeless. So no one is freezing anymore, and it is April. We are coming into the summer. We are probably not going to get a big harvest this year. We won't get any harvest, correction. But now we have enough for a granary. Thinking where the food is going to be coming in. Might be useful to have it near the people, but let's... it works. We'll put it there. All right. All right, so this is a fairly compact town. And look at this. If we look from above, it almost looks real. Isn't that crazy? So we've got... Honestly, I am very impressed with the kind of organic... And I don't mean like Whole Foods organic. I mean like it looks real layout of the city. That this looks like something that would really be there from maybe a developing city or I don't know, like early development periods in human civilization. The mysteries to unlock await. Whoops. Okay, our settlement level increased. Amazing. So we have a couple of options here of what to do. Waldbrand. Sounds like the name of the grocery store I worked at as a kid. Those were some sad days. So we've got trade logistics as an option or foreign supplies. These are quite good, but serfdom will be enforced. I am the police. Well, I'm not actually a police officer. I'm not for legal reasons. All right, so we've got heavy plows. We've also got policies. This menu is a bit hidden from me in production, which seems to be a development, or I just haven't unlocked yet. We've got a different one for each region, so you can specialize region to region. Sheep breeding, I haven't really experimented with too much yet. Heavy plow will be a little while before we can really take advantage of this. These things are industries that will be helpful. The kiln might be super helpful, but for right now, it's going to be a high payoff if we just get forage management so that we get more berries. Berries, berries, berries. Woo, you love them, don't you? I do love a good berry, honestly. So we need higher approval. So the very first thing that we should really build here will be... Well, now we've got the berry deposit doubled in size. Ooh, it's a berry feast. We need... Oh, we have a market going up there. Oh, look, they've got a little marketplace in their little town. So a firewood stall and a food stall. Someone has grown something. We can have people grow, like, carrots in their backyard, or vegetables, or goat sheds could be useful. We need to meet certain criteria if we wish to level up these burgage plots, which is going to be the best way to advance our town. We could eat... Well, we don't have any rich people around yet. They will... Actually, I should probably not say this. I'll just leave it that to your imagination, what they'll do to each other. But we are going to probably get a church next. So we need 5 timber and 20 planks. And I've actually been pretty good here at managing this. Whoops, I won't do that. I'm kind of going slow here because I want to make sure that we have, like, preparedness before the first raid. It is kind of tricky to get ready in only 1 year for bandits, so I want to have something to show for it. What do we have? 2 timber. We need a little bit more, and we want to get a church because people will be so happy with the church. Like, woo, kneeling, standing up, sitting down, and stuff like that. But it is, like, there is actually Latin chanting going on in here in this game, which is kind of beautiful, really. Let me go ahead, like, unironically. Let's go ahead. We don't really want our industries. We would like a church here. So we need 5. We just need 1 more timber. Let me just speed up time. Speeding up time. We have 35 planks. Planks are going to be very essential later on, which is why I'm just going to let the planks continue to accumulate. Okay, now we have enough for a church. I'm getting right on this immediately. The church isn't so essential to workflow. What happens is that dead bodies get buried at the church of people that... Not, like, inside the church. Well, I guess they could have, like, relics or something. Who knows? But they will get buried in the churchyard for people that we like, but not our enemies. So... If our guys die in battle, and I'm just going to kind of speed up this workflow a little bit, I find it starts to look like real paths. If you just keep these things... Look at the subtle thickness of the road. Oh, that thick road with 2 C's. Oh. Yes. Aren't I the rich guy in town? I am the lord of the land. That is true, but I have my own individual wealth. We will use that to kind of get mercenaries, but you don't really get to do anything with your manor for a little while. So we're just going to build this church. Totally normal church. More wood required. Yeah, we do. We need additional pylons. I may slow it with the saw pit, but the saw pit is just so useful, man, that I don't want to slow them down at the saw pit, because you will need more. So market food variety is making everyone slightly happier. They are slightly unhappy that they experienced vagrancy in the last month. So fuel 100%, food variety 100%. Hooray! Hooray, everyone. We can expand the living space. I won't do that for a little while. Or we could do, I'm thinking a goat shed this year would be good because we kind of need some source of hide so that we can get clothing going. Now you can specialize each family with doing some sort of task, like a job. And then I've been told that eggs are really good. I've personally used vegetables that are a little slow. I want to go with what I know, so I will do vegetables because it does increase the food variety and gives you more market stalls. But eggs might actually be better here. Keep that in mind. This game is so incredibly ambitious, yet it seems to deliver beautifully. I agree with you, Compact Nelson. Like, it has a crazy number of wish lists, but when I went through it on my own, like the first playthrough, I was like, this is both intuitive and fun. The one thing I will say is that I've played for about 5 or 6 hours, and the one thing that I find that tends to get left out a little bit because I haven't seen as much critical stuff on it, because it is really good, and, you know, to temper expectations, a little bit the fun factor is still kind of in progress, I feel like, but it took me to learn a lot of late-game technologies like better market trading, no tariffs in order to get to the fun, and also I want more combat. But I feel like everything laying the foundations, pun intended, is really good here. It just feels cleanly executed. That, and a little bit, it would be nice if there were more multiple paths to strength. But I mean, I guess it is kind of a narrow way to start, so. But I am me, and I've had only maybe 10 hours to try out, but yep. Anyway, insert critical comment here in order to temper. But yeah. When are we getting a feat reveal? Maybe if you're really nice to me, I'll show you one of my toes. Actually, I already did that. But I did it for charity a couple years ago, Ryan. A good question. I did it for thousands of dollars on charity. It was revealed, but it was on Twitch, and it was for a few moments, and no one saw it, and they had to clip it, I told them. It has happened. Oh no, the homelessness has. We need to get approval. Anyway, back to the horrible war crimes that we're committing. Okay, so a strong militia is paramount to the survival of the settlement. Luckily, a shipment of weapons has just arrived. Ooh, I didn't know that we actually get this in the first year. So we'll be able to create our first militia banners to serve us and protect our people. However, we will need more weapons and equip all the people as the settlement grows, either by making them or importing them from other lands. Amazing and honestly wonderful. We can begin with the army. So let's see what we have in our supply. We have large shields and spears. So we are able to form not a militia footman, but a spear militia. A militia. So this is fairly straightforward. We have 10 men in the militia, and they're armed with decent stuff. I will just rally them for a second. I don't want to take them off their daily grind, their Sigma male daily grind set too much, but it will rally the... Do we even have 10 men in town? That all of the men in town get out of their house. Sorry, I didn't mean to take you all out in the rain. You can go home. But you have like different formations you can play around with and stuff, and you can also, I'm just going to do this for a second, stand in there with your lord, and you can watch combat occurring. Now, you can't really command them or anything, you just still go through people like a ghost. But it is very banner-lordy and cool to do this. My favorite part, perhaps, is when they come home and they disband, they go back to the roads and do stuff with their houses again. But there they go, like, all kind of in this swaggerous walk. Oh, manor lords, manor lords. Anyway, very cool stuff here with the rain. We've got actual puddles. Imagine that. Actual puddles! I just need a drink of water. Amazing stuff, though, right? 69 out of 10 on this game. But hopefully, you guys can see that this game is a very deep and wide civilization builder. And when I say that stuff about the fun factor, maybe, like, still kind of being worked on or feeling like it's coming along, what I mean is, this game is a simulation. This isn't... Wait a minute, stocks damaged by weather. Oh no, I left the bread sopping out in the rain, didn't I? Yeah, not that much. We have 8 months of supply. We're fine. We're good. Alright, just get that church done, because we need this approval rating up, up, up. Market food variety is still improving. Here we go. Woo. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, but nice to see the villagers kind of manor lording along. Here we go. Let us continue with the church construction. It's a game that does very well when you, like, zoom in closely at things or zoom out far on them. And in multiple senses. I don't just mean visually. I mean, like, there's a lot of good macroeconomic management, and you can even be managing multiple settlements as you go. Or if you zoom down to get into the nitty-gritty, it's still very interesting. It does well from a variety of scales. No storage space left for production saw pit. That's because we have a million planks. That's actually great. We want to be oversaturated with planks right here. And la 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 la. The church is done. Approval rate. Well, it will rise in a minute. You can even change the church bell sound. Very cool. Very advanced feature. So we're going to need stone and clay tiles if we want to get this thing any better. So I'm going to go ahead over here and we will just make a labor pit for someone to sit in and work harder. I just want to check out the fertility here. Okay, so this is kind of right in the middle of what will be the fields. Maybe we want to stay kind of on this side, just because I plan on using this area for some farming. I want to be very careful here because the fertility management is huge. You can spawn in an area that just has garbage fertility, which really slows you down at the start, because then you need to make specialized areas for farming, and that's a bit of a pain in the butt. So let's just have maybe like 2 more burgerage plots over here, or 3. Burgerage. I do believe it's burgage, because there is the term burgers, B-U-R-G-H-E-R-S. It's kind of like an archaic term for villagers or something like that. We're also getting like a bit of deforestation. Woo. Let's go ahead and put in a, I mean, not woo, not woo. Let's put in a forester's hut. And a forester's hut is occupied by people who forest, obviously. So we will put that over there because we are chopping down all of the trees, and that is very bad. Yeah, it's kind of like mix it with Crusader Kings. It almost feels like I've heard a little bit of... All right, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. It feels like mixing RimWorld, Crusader Kings, Total War, and a couple of other things that I forget all together in one, and it feels like it's been done beautifully and still feels like authentically original. It's great. Granary here. Stonecutter camp. Let's have a stonecutter camp right about here. We don't have enough goods, though. Alright, so, okay. I'm beginning my monkey commentary career. Monkey commentary. Here we go. Okay, so there is the stone cutting place. Hooray! So we put that there. This feels a little too, like, perpendicular for me. Here we go. All right, nice. So now we need to keep assigning the families. We do have enough living space now for 3 more families coming in as our approval rises and grows more bulbous. So that will happen. Arcadeesium, thank you very much for the €2.49. FYI, the game will be released on Xbox Game Pass. Oh, really? I have, as a PC gamer, as a member, actually, of the gamers, I have been pretty much just paying attention to the Steam stuff. I know it's April 26th for that, so that's the only one I'm qualified to say right now at this time. My one thing, I really like Banish, but I guess Banished is now How many years ago was Banished released? The one thing I sometimes get with a lot of other city builders is it feels like you're designing an American city with Strodes. You know? Like when everything is kind of perpendicular. It really feels... Look, I haven't been thinking too hard about this, and this already looks like a kind of authentic, crowded medieval village. Like here would be the central square, and then there's all the houses kind of mushed together. We have a clay deposit. Ooh, this is only 162 clay. I probably should have looked at this. We won't need so many of these, but just ignore that. We can kind of rotate some of these buildings. Let's see if we can just get this in without having to... Cool. Okay, so we don't have to down any trees. Not for the trees, but just because I want them to do less work. So the clay mining is a bit more of a trip. So this will be like a... Think of it like a vacation. But you have to mine clay and labor at the end of it. And there's nothing fun, and you don't get paid that much. We will go ahead and put in one of our first industries, because getting a level 2 church is like a fast track to village approval. We don't have enough goods for this, though. We need more stone, and that's all she wrote. How much timber do we have? I might just cool it on the saw pit for a second, but the saw pit will be useful, so I will just take a family off of that. Let's have 2 on construction. Chop, chop now, people. Pun intended. Ooh. Walled brand. Generic storage full. How many more days do we have left before the attack of the bandits? So one thing I would like to do would be to maybe spot a bandit camp. If we zoom out a little bit here, what you might see if you use your eyeballs is some tents. And I don't see any tents actually spawning. There are sometimes tents when bandits appear. I do believe it'll take them a whole year to appear. But when they do, they will do bad things. But we can send out our militia to go in and attack them and gain wealth and influence. And wealth and influence basically get you, like, more trade. They can buy any number of things. It's just kind of like a fungible asset. And then influence will allow you to claim more areas. I believe, among other things, but I'm not positive about that. I'm not comprehensive. I am merely a man. Manor lords. Here we go. All right, so Stonecutter's camp. Now we can put that other family here. But, oh, look. Now we have no families available. Whatever will we do? Nothing. Actually, we'll do something. We will put people on there. Let's also go ahead and have that clay furnace. I'm thinking we don't want this family moving so far, so we could put this kind of near the edge of the village. Right there. Because we don't want to have to keep making this trip. I've had villages that were spread out where the industries were far away. Look at those trees swaying. Twerking in the breeze. Beautiful. Beautiful. Also, shout out to the medieval music. This game's soundtrack is one of the best ever. I wasn't even anticipating a great soundtrack, but that's always a good sign when they put a lot of care into the soundtrack, you know? The sounds, the sights, the smells. There is, speaking of which, a smell, but it's work in progress overlay. We've got another house coming up here. I will go down as the Lord of the Land for a moment. Here I am. Oh, look at this. They have some of their, like, funny taglines here. Some of these I feel get a little bit... If you give me a hammer and something needs to not move, I'll put it into place. Oh, look, I can go inside of the frame. I've heard some of these lines. She just went through them. Yeah, he just said it again. Okay, so maybe that would be one thing, is that some of the lines get kind of repetitive. Although I do like them. They add local color and they sound good. We have no families moving in yet. We still have neutral approval, but our approval is rising. So church level, look at that, +7. On church level. They're singing hymns. They're going to confession. They're eating that bread. And it's a great time for everybody. They like it. It's community, you know? It's beautiful. The antidote to postmodern ennui. Although we have... The clay furnace is still under construction, so we have to do that. We have to handle that. We have no regional wealth. We need more families in here if we want to do much more stuff. We don't even have enough... for a goat pen in the back right now. Imagine not even having enough money for a goat. Do they constantly say, "Me lord," every time? I wish that they did say, "Me lord," every time I walk around them. Unfortunately, right now, they do just, like, there was a line where one guy was saying, like, "You nearly sliced me a new nipple." And I hear that line every 5 minutes. That is kind of, sometimes little things like that. Otherwise, very good. Very good. I'm looking forward, personally, to the medieval radio station. Oh, wait, this isn't a Paradox game. Sorry. I've played so many Paradox games that I keep thinking everything is. All right, so we have clothing stall supply over here. Do we have those hides coming out of the goat place? You have the goats. What is this family? You can zoom in on the people. I like this feature a lot. I personally would like to zoom in on their lives a bit more. You can show their workplace, reassign the family. Anna, Friedlin. Some of them have funny names. Don't laugh because they're old-timey. But some of them sound really bad when you say them too. One of them I would probably get the video flagged if I said the name. Net. Woo. The medieval times. We are going to... We have a church. We have this. We have this stuff. Oh, we need the industry of clothing. That is the tannery, of course. So the tannery can go maybe like right here. The family will work on that, and they will take the hides and make them into leather. Because right now, I bet you that we have some hides, right? This is our construction resources. But we need. We have 5 hides. These can also get stolen from us. Watch out for that. Oh man, I must have turned on slightly higher latency. Sorry, the stream crashed before, so I had to like restart everything. So I had on low latency, but I've been trying to just move the screen very slowly right now because my bit rate has something to be desired at my house from where I film. It wasn't like this always, but it is now. It is now. Anyway, beautiful rain. I'm just going to let them do a little bit of work there. We can kind of just watch the people go about their daily tasks. What else do we have? Generic storage is full. That's pretty good. Families get onto other tasks. We could also expand our storages, but I think for right now... It looks like another family has moved in. Hooray. Woo. Everyone's happy. We need to upgrade Waldbrand, though. So we need to upgrade our burgage plots to level 2 or higher. So in order to do that, we're going to need more timber, but we also need to meet a set of requirements. So stocks damaged by weather, woodcutter's lodge. Oh, I didn't know we could actually get that. Ooh, we may want to assign another family to the storehouse. This will make them bring in more of that stuff faster. We must have had very bad weather because I've never had that happen before. All right, here we go. The tannery will smell. Did tanneries smell? I've never really been near a real live tannery. Danny Tannery? Rest in peace, Bob Saget. I miss Bob Saget. Man. Full house. Well, we got a full house right here. We got a full house right here. Okay, so we're going to run out of stone very quickly, which is fine because we really don't need a ton in order to get going. But, that's actually good because it will free up a whole family right in here. A whole family. Yuck. So let's go ahead and assign one more family there. We probably won't even need more stone. You just generally don't need that much, so we will unassign them. And then... Now we're going to need clothing stall supply, so we should probably assign a family to our tannery. Where is our tannery? Oh, it's still under construction. Okay, so we let them construct that. This is what I mean by family juggling. You gotta get your mom, and your dad, and your brother, and your sister. There's no one living in here. But we do have a ton of timber now left over, so let's go ahead and get maybe one more burgage plot, because we are at 60% approval, which is very high, actually. And we can continue here. Maybe even 2 more plots. The absolute audacity. Am I sensitive to thick, pungent ammonia? Did someone say thick? I've said that way too many times this stream. It's getting problematic. I won't say that anymore. Alright, so now we've got the hides. What else do we have? We can kind of see when the clothing stalls will be developed. So clothing stall under construction now that we've got hides. And each family will kind of assign themselves to that task. So they will do things that behoove people who want to start a family business do. Along with all that, so now we are near to the market, so the clothing stall supply will be met. We can also expand the living space. This family can't really have their own industry, though, so let's just give them a little bit more time for the clothing stall. And then once they have that, we should meet the requirements of... and we don't want to shut down too many industries when we do this. But... we will take that family off the storehouse. Did they get the wood in there? They did get a lot of the firewood in there. That's good. We want to keep people assigned to their basic tasks. The clothing variety must improve, I say. Okay, the storage has begun and we are ready to upgrade to level 2. I'm leveling up. I am exploding with pleasure. So now we are able to take our village and put it somewhere else. I'm lying, of course. The village will stay exactly where it is. It will never move. I tricked you. Ha! But we are going to take... we are going to improve the village, that is to say. What happens when we improve the village? I honestly forget. I have to remember. We have a clay furnace, though. Hooray! We need... people there. Well, we also need people at the clay itself, laborers, but we will give them more time because that's so far away that we haven't even constructed it yet. Tally-ho, and away we go. So it is, like, it's a little bit... yeah, actually, it's not really. I think the only thing boring I've done in this playthrough is make everything just one street. This game does very well if you set everyone up on a hill, but... I'm trying my best. I'm unhappy with my spawn. Oh well. Let's see. Construction reserve. That's fine. A little bit, these controls we need to kind of boop around a bit. We need a little bit more time on that. Walled brand. Okay, we just need to speed up time to let these things get constructed. Ooh, look! Ma, another family is moving in. Let's assign someone to the... nope, they still have to do that too. Never mind. Okay, let's just speed up time entirely. So we have 209 days left. We've passed, I would say like maybe 2/5 of the year so far toward the raid by the chittering masses of peasants. I mean, bandits. There I go again, conflating poor people with, illicit, illegal activities again. I mean, in medieval times, it kind of, like, maybe we have a Jean Valjean. I think it'd be kind of cool if you could play, like, an RPG in this as one of the families. But that is, like, a kind of a big ask for. Like, why don't they just make a whole other game in the game? But that wander around feature, man, gives me hope that this could be... something. I mean, it is already a very good game. So look at that. They've improved the roof tiles because everyone's life was just so bad that this actually looks a little bit better. Now they are pickier. They want tavern supply. They want another church level. They want more food. They want more clothing. They want too much. Too much. They don't deserve it, but we're going to give it to them. We have requirements not met, probably on our pickier residents. Oh well. Fuel stall supply. Where is the fuel stall not supplied? Hang on a second. Let me just go over, excuse me, to our logging camp. Where is the storehouse? Stonecutter camp. Woodcutter's lodge. Oh, no one is working there. How did I not notice that the whole time? That is too bad. Let's have more families move in. We need just a little bit more approval and people. We still have one empty house, 2 empty houses. Okay, that's enough room for expansion. I'm happy for that. Sending me to HR! Not again. Please don't do that. Alright, we have another development point in Walled brand. Alright, so... certain technologies kind of hold you back, and some do really well. Heavy plow could be useful, because people plow really slow in this game. And having a heavy plow is good, but we kind of need another ox to make it work. Otherwise, we have to, like, keep trading around the ox, which is kind of a pain. We also have foreign suppliers, which is useful and creates these other carts that we can trade village wealth for. But when we don't have village wealth, that's problematic and bad. I have not done the apiary yet. Where workers collect honey. Every region can sustain up to 2 of them. This could potentially be really good. I have not experimented with it, though, so I'm a little nervous to do it on stream for the first time. Trapping gives a passive income of meat. I think we're okay on that. I just need a minute to decide, actually. I'm thinking we'll probably do trade logistics, because one of the next things we'll want to do is get out our... Trade. Oh, we could also have a manor. I mean, we should probably do that because the game is called Manor Lords. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to put my manor somewhere important. Maybe, like... I mean, well, we could expand the manor out. I will expand it maybe a little bit. Let's put it over here, because we aren't doing much over here, and this is kind of like the entry to the village. It could potentially have some sort of strategic significance right here. Are bees really that good? Bees! Bees! Isn't that like a Nickelodeon reference? Who was that? Like a Nigel Thornberry type of thing? No, that one's smashing. 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 We'll just put out a couple roots to this. I'm gonna do this right now because having a retinue is very helpful. It gives us these, like, next to the tannery. Does the manor help defend it? You can, like, build out walls and stuff. Whoops, I just closed it. You can build gatehouses, towers, and stuff like that onto it. I did have my manor just disappear once when I reloaded a save. I don't know what I did. Maybe I accidentally did something wrong. Wait a minute, a bandit camp was sighted. Okay. Honestly, potentially a good thing because we can raid these people. Let's wait for our retinue, though, because I want to outnumber them. Or, I've seen a retinue do very well against them. Even like a 5 versus 15 fight, it worked out very well. Oh, look, there's our town. It's growing. It's growing. Ooh, I'm squirming with pleasure. Pleasure. The root of all evil. 15, 20. Do we have enough resources that we'll have? Yeah, we'll have a goodly amount left over. And we have new resources left over. So the retinue will, or I mean the manor will allow us to start taxing people too. Tax the peasants. It's September. Almost tax season. Well, not really, but let's pretend like it is. We will also put a trade depot right out here. Look, we just barely have enough room in our territory. I'm going to put it opposite because I still want to keep room for my farms on the other side. We could also do a livestock trading post, but I think I'm going to wait a bit on that. Man, I can't believe how much more smoothly the game goes when you just slow down when you play it. I was getting so ambitious when I was, like, trying to film videos of this, but it backfired horribly. Let's also get people out in that clay, because we gotta upgrade this church soon, man. Also, roof tiles are worth a lot, but we might not have the amount of clay that we could meaningfully trade in this region. Now, you want to kind of use whatever is a good and plentiful resource in the region. And I'm also probably going to start to get up a hunting area, but again, I don't want to overextend and give them too much work, so let's just speed up time. Can I put chickens in a house? Actually, they'll be outside of the house, but yes. I mean, indeed. Indeedly-dee. Now, this is why I might start to trade for a cheaper trade route establishment. Yeah, I can't even say that. Who even am I? How many men do we have in the village? We have 16, so is that enough to supply everyone with... yeah, we have enough for 16. So we have enough for 20 militia. We actually could spar with the bandits hand-to-hand right now, but let's get a retinue out anyway, just because I think it'll help along. And it's nice to have 2 units in combat. It makes it... well, we won't have bowmen yet, but... Ooh, speaking of bowmen, we may actually be able to get some fletching going, and fletching can be very profitable. Ooh, shoes! Yes! We are able to produce shoes in the cobbler's workshop, which is amazing. We also need to put the brewery in someone's house, which is slightly questionable maybe, but yeah, we'll do it. So we will create a cobbler's workshop in this level 2 plot, and don't we have another one that we haven't upgraded yet either? Yeah, we will create a bowyer's workshop in here. So now we're going to be producing bows as well as shoes. Shoes will be excellent for exporting from the region, and I think now we can start to get into trade logistics. Some of these things will be useful, but I want to open up trade because it can fast-track a lot of stuff. If we get better deals, then we can lower the tariff prices, which just puts this stuff on hypercharge. Yes. Can you even believe it? Just the absolute luxury of this village already. It's crazy. I'm exploding with excitement now. Alright, and the music is picking up, too. We need unassigned families. I've gotten too excited and assigned too many industries at once, and everything has backfired on me horribly. How much clay do we have? Whoops. Looks like we all died. It is very, like, narrow how close you are to death in this game very often. I don't want to take people off timber or planking. Planking is a professional job here. Actually, keep them in the tannery because I don't want to lose the clothing. We don't want to lose our forager hut, absolutely. Let's just take them off the clay furnace for right now. We'll do that later on. This is how Nike... Way back in medieval times, there was a little swish. Unassigned families are needed... wait a second, why are people not working again? You can assign a family to the church, but that is for, like, burying dead bodies. It's a little sad. Woodcutter's Lodge. Alright, let's take them off the clay, too. We still need to wait for more families, is what I mean. It takes time. See, I got a little excited there. Oh. Dream. Thank you very much for the $20. That's very, very generous. I hope you're not putting... Please, guys, never put yourself in it. Just enjoy. I hope you guys have just been enjoying the videos, but thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I hope you've been enjoying them for what you found them for. Just want to say I've introduced you to many of the favorite games of all time. And I make some of the best single-player game content on the platform. Thank you. That's very generous of you. Appreciate it. Much love and have a good Sunday, man. You too. Appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. I'll put it back into the village. Actually, I am probably going to put most of my money back into the village. There's money in the banana stand. Okay, so the generic storage is full. We need... Actually, we don't really need that much more saw pit action. Let's just give these guys a minute. It's a nice soundtrack, though. It's a combination of, like, very Celtic-y sounding stuff, along with, like, that kind of, like, group medieval song, along with a lot of, like, Latin chant. It really does sound authentically medieval. Saying that as somebody who was raised up in Catholic schools a lot, I know what it sounds like. And my parents were, and still are, as much of their profession. They work in those areas, so I know what it sounds like from a lot of attendance services, and it feels authentic to me anyway. Yeah. Anyway, here we go. So we do need one ox to deliver all of the wood. The one limitation of this village that is bad is just how long it is. You kind of want your whole village to be like one tiny square area, which I went for here, and you want the residences nearby it. But maybe the one drawback here is how long it is to the trade depot. It would be nicer if this road came in more, but I'm not sure if you can extend the King's Road. I believe this is what the King's Road is called. Once we have people, too, we will attack that bandit camp, because I don't want one other bandit camp in before this other one spawns, because maybe they'll combine forces. I have seen them combine and attack, and it's very, very scary. Oh, no, my parents are, they're like Catholic educators. Yeah, that's the way it was. Hey, it's Mr. Baldhead, aka Andrew. What's up, Andrew? Are you anticipating it too? Thanks for the $5, man. Love Manor Lord so far. Just wish the AI walked on the road and not through the houses. I've seen people, yeah, I've seen them walk through a couple of things. As far as gameplay goes, I feel like it's not, like, super game-breaking. A couple little animation things here and there, but overall I'm fairly pleased. Fairly pleased. There we go. We can upgrade more of these burgage huts. Ooh. Are we able to get the church yet? Whoops. Nope. Still need a little bit more. Refueled here. Let's just wait on our manor. Now, another thing that we can do, but we do need another hitching post or a livestock depot, is to import an ox from abroad. An abroad ox. However, that just probably won't happen for a little while because I don't have any regional wealth. I could test it out with a hitching post. And maybe I will. Where is my next hitching post? Actually, I just don't want to give them too much work to do. Okay, so we've gained 250 influence, and I'm just going to pause right there because now we have influence, and we are able to get a retinue. We're also able to levy taxes. Land tax and teeth, though these will lower approval. And we just might not get to the results of these things working out very well. And I find that there's faster ways to speed track your way to it early on, so I'm just going to do those instead. We can't really assign a family to this, but trading post will be useful. I will go for maybe one family mining out clay. They're already doing that. Okay, then I will go for another one on our clay furnace so that we can upgrade our church soon, too, because I want to keep getting that approval rating up. Let's go ahead and draft our entire army, because we now have 25 men, and there is a bandit camp on the loose, afoot. Maybe they'll buy our shoes. So here they come. It's very cool the way that they come out to play a... and the unit commanding is just extremely satisfying in this game. It feels awesome. It looks like the bandits are already on the loose, maybe because I've created a unit right here. One option is to just stand still, and I'm actually going to turn off running because they will fatigue themselves. I don't know why they do this by default. I guess just to get around faster, but at the same time, I don't find it very useful. I'm going to just be a little bit careful with my retinue right here because it's very difficult to get them back, so I want to charge the peasants into battle first. I mean the militia. I totally mean the militia. Now we're going to attack these bandits. I've seen them disappear, though, when they go into the woods, so that's a little bit tricky. I'm not some master of combat, but seems relatively straightforward in these early days. Your basic commands are stand your ground. Missile alert in case if they're having, you know, archers fire at them. Give ground could be useful if you're trying to get archers out of battle, I suppose, or something like that, or push forward, like I said. Run to positions as if they're just trying to claim a camp. We're going to claim some wealth from this camp, though. Now, effectiveness stat, I mean, the one thing I know for sure is that that little lightning bolt is like their fatigue. So I've fatigued my guys a little bit from fatigue, but from running. Cohesion is improving that. But also they're surrounded by trees, which changes their morale. They do tend to flee when they're not doing too well. Let's just get the retinue in the back, because I don't know how they're so fast, man. I just don't want as many of them or too many of them to die. So you guys go in there, and then you guys back them up. So go over there, and then they'll go into like a charge. The combat looks really cool. And by cool, I don't mean like tons of blood and death or anything like that. I don't think that really affects it. I just think that it looks authentically medieval is what I mean. It does look like people are trying to not die, you know? Like, just imagine how difficult it would be to fight a man with a spear and a sword. It always looks so clean in so many games, but I think that they nailed it. Or Slavic Magic nailed it. Greg, the developer. Hey, it's friend Provis in chat. Aho, Provis, how are you doing? I saw you doing it in Steam. What's your take? Provis is like the most well-spoken and probably the best, like, more than this, but in particular strategy game streamer. How's it going, buddy? What dev points did I take, AA? What do you mean by dev points? Like this, like the stuff to improve at the game? Everybody say hi to Provis. Hi, Provis. Woo. I love Provis. I'm a big Provis fan. Aho, brother. Yes, yea, verily. Okay, so how are we doing? We have taken down 6 of them, and there are still 19 of us. There's a little bit of flanking, it seems to me, that it can take place, but some guys just kind of cheer in the back. I haven't really experimented. I guess we could do push forward to see how that affects everything. We were just saving. That made that take slightly longer, but whatever. Okay, so cool. Wu-Tang, we have won the fight. I'm actually going to speed these guys up because I got to get them out of combat, like, right now. There we go. So let's just bring them over there. We will go into Run Boy mode. And we have 114 days left now. And then... Hooray! That's about it. That's about it. Oh, talent points. Personally, what I have found works for me is to go for an early forest management just to get my settlement fed. And then I've been going straight into trade because I think it's cool. I tend to skip over heavy plow, but what do you do? Because you have a rather large brain, and I appreciate that. Although I haven't gotten much beyond maybe... did I do fertilization? No, I didn't do bakeries. No, I think what I've just done is better deals so that we can get into the world network with trading. I don't know, but I find that everybody has been discovering the game, and I kind of like it that we've... I know I'm not supposed to, but I kind of like it that we've been getting a week to just experiment, because it's just like watching your streamer friends. Maybe because I know a lot of you guys personally, that it's like, ooh, what did he get on the game, you know? If it's just like getting them all in my feed. Recommended. Heavy plow is very good. That's the next one we'll go for once we get our own trade really going. I probably would have done that in another campaign, but it can take a while. So we have two choices. Now that we've spoiled their camp, we are able to select from two options. We can either send the resources to the nearest town or put it into my treasury. It's going to be tricky. I'm going to pick the fun option and not the... Actually, this might really hold me back if I don't do it, though. Okay, it's a bit risky, but we'll still be able to raise up more spearmen, so I will send the resources. I will probably send some to my own personal treasury. The advantage of the personal treasury is you can use it to hire mercenaries. The ravenous vultures, well-disciplined fighters. For an unknown reason, they discarded the sword and use only maces and axes as weapons of their choice. They have fun descriptions. My favorite is the Brotherhood of Geese. I can't remember. It's like a bunch of angry, loud men who have a general love of violence. And that is the Angry Geese Men. But now we have 399 wealth, which is quite a lot more than what we began with. This is going to help us set up some trade routes to begin with. It's going to be very, very essential to start. So we could either use it to immediately arm everyone up, or what I'm probably going to use it for is leveling up our houses more as best we can, because we got to get Waldbrand to level 3 so that we can start to get those heavy plows, trade a lot of stuff, and sell shoes. That is, after all, the whole reason why we are here on this earth. Let's go ahead and upgrade this to level 2. We will also upgrade... Is our church upgradable yet? No. But we will disband these men. Go home to the women. There they go. Trade is broken right now. Next point reduces imports by 10. Oh, wait a minute. Really? My trade has been okay. I've found that it's functioned okay. Makes trade visible. You can just buy raw materials and refine. Huge profit. Ooh. Yes, that's what I was thinking of. Buy raw materials and refine. Something like that. Yeah. Although I've actually mostly done the finished goods, maybe I will try something like that. Because right now, setting up a trade route can be very, very expensive. Oh, actually, no, we maxed it out at 25. So some of these trade routes can be very pricey at first and go up to like 150. Don't do that. Just get the technology that gets you the cheaper trade routes. So we want to take anything that we have a surplus of and is valuable, and then we want to get the good stuff. But right now, trade is very expensive to import because we have to pay this ridiculous tariff for everyone we want, for 10. So we have to kind of get rid of that. We can sell these, so we will probably sell shoes. Are we actually producing shoes? I'm going to wait a minute. Are we producing bows? We already have 15 bows, which is quite crazy. I think we can set up a trade here and sell bows, although I personally had a better experience selling shoes the last time, so I want to just see how we're doing. How are we doing with the shoes? Where is the shoe man? Shoe man, appear. Appear, shoeman. personally... Oh, here we go. Fletcher's shop, and this is the cobbler's shop. Hooray, cobbler's shop. What material do they actually use as the raw material? So they are using leather from the goat man in order to create their shoes. Okay, that makes sense. We might want to get, like, another goat man, too. But this is the reason why it's helpful to have, like, a lot of wealth in your region so that you can start up all of these industries. It is now November, though, and I need to be ready for an attack, so we could also potentially bring in some food. There's so many different things to choose from. It's tricky here. I think, personally, I'm going to go about it, like, just upgrade a bunch to Burgage level 2, and then let's get a bunch more houses and maybe upgrade our church. I'm thinking that will be our best option. I want to keep all of this area safe for fields, which we'll do next. But I'm going to need a lot of people to farm the fields, too. The first year we can get through with maybe, like, 1 Morgan worth of farming here. Cool, we got room for 3 plots. I love the way that these get into, like, sort of an awkward placement, you know? Oh, could we do give ground only on melee units? I might not have missed that. Not just the trade routes. See how planks cost 12 to import. Imagine if it were... Yeah. Ooh, actually, that's really good, so that we could just get families onto their artisanal specializations, because this is one of the cooler facets of this game. Yeah, like, if it isn't so expensive to make all of this stuff and you don't have to double it over and you can just have artisans in your town, that is a really good export price. That's true. Oh, bless Provis. Thank you, Provis. I knew you would not lead me astray. The sound of the mystical flute, piping, pepping, and inspiring love and awe in its listeners on. Let's continue with the building of the houses. So every time that we get a level 2 settlement, do we have 1, 2, we have 3 under development. So we're going to need more level 1 burgage plots. We are probably going to run out of these. We're going to need a total of 15, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're going to need 2 more burgage plots in order to get to the next town level and get that next trade point. These things are really essential, so that's the reason why I'm being so, like, cheap with these things. What I might do here is just run a road in the back, because... I really want to keep this area for farms. I really don't want to build on it and develop it. That's bad. It makes me feel awful as a person. Right, we could do it in their backyards, but I think we'll just build them on the tree line. So here we go. Look at that road snapping into place so satisfyingly. But did I not forget? Also, Patrick Kennedy, thank you very much for the member. Froge, yea, verily, right back at you. Ribbit. 62%. There have been trades and an economy forming. We have clothing market supply +3, church level +2, market food variety. This town is a boom town, baby. Let's go ahead and speed up time a little bit more to allow the artisans to develop their places, and we will just watch as they start to develop their plots. Also, if we can take a family off of this stupid, like, roof tile production, that would be nice, although this is horribly inefficient, this line. Look how long it takes for a human to bring back their haul of clay from the pit. That's not good, man. Have I tried the apiaries yet? I've not tried the apiaries yet. Is it, like, stupid OP? There are some strategies in here that are quite good, and I would like to find. We have herbs. Herbs can be gotten at this place. How are we doing on food, though? We have 4 months... Oh, wait, no, we have 8 months of food, but we have 4 months of fuel. Did we put anyone back at the woodcutter's lodge? Okay, so that is basically self-sustaining. You just want to be very careful with those two things, because if you run out, then everyone will die horribly. I mean, that's kind of how I predicted that this would end in the first place, but, you know, I wouldn't want it to happen sooner than it's supposed to. Ben Mottram, thank you very much for the $9.99. Can't wait for this game. Long-time viewer, but this is my first time being able to catch a stream. Hey, welcome in. Thanks for coming out. Hope you've been enjoying. Love the vids. My wife doesn't game, but she watches your videos because, hey, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Please don't put yourself at any financial need. Just enjoy the show. But thank you. It does mean a lot. How could they rebalance trade? I feel like trade works. I think it makes sense that you need the tariff. It's a one-time fee for most of the tariff stuff. So that works for me. The work area is empty. The forager HUD is down, so we will just take them off it for the winter. So now we can kind of like do seasonal adjustment to our workers. I think you need a family assigned here to really make trade work, so I'm just going to leave that. Oh, we actually get already free import and export of stone and planks. See, already we're down to 0 planks because I've taken people off the plank cutting business. So I think I should put them back on. I don't want to fall behind on this one because planks are pretty useful. We do have a lot of timber, though, so that should be good. Okay, now we have 16 roof tiles. I want to take people off this industry because it does become useful for upgrading to level 3, but we might not have time in the scope of this stream to get to that. So I just want to get my church upgraded to level 3. Yeah, see, now we need 10 planks, so I have been smackledorfed. In the meantime, though, you know, 3 families available for construction, but we have only 1 ox out there, so maybe we want to start to think about getting another hitching post, or can we just order one straight from our first hitching post? Let's go back here. Where was our original place? Hitching post, hitching post. The one feature I would love to see added, which I don't see here, is the ability to highlight a building. Here we go. I will upgrade this to a small stable. Highlight a building of a certain type that you've seen. I'm not sure if it's in the game, but I just haven't seen it. It was just the one thing like, ooh, have I built a tannery yet? Let's go to tannery and industry. I can't find my tannery, which is right here, but whoops, I'm dumb and I can't see it. And I struggle with a lot of things. It would be nice if it highlighted it in like green or something if you wanted to do that, but I haven't seen that. Am I not dual streaming on Twitch? No, I don't really like doing that. But thank you for the $4.99 lemon squid. I kind of have like different ideas for what I do for YouTube and Twitch streams. Here we go. We've got people coming in, praying, coming in and out of the tax. I'm not really taxing anyone yet again. The trade. Here we go. There is a good bit of waiting around too. Okay, so we've got 12 burgage plots at level whatever, and now we just need 1 more, so we're getting really close now. Cool. We've still got 389 wealth, which is going to be fantastic. We've got raiders near, so 44 more days until the raiders come. Yes, we do. We tax the poor, but they need to be slightly richer for us to tax them. So the approval is lowering because we just don't have enough for our slightly richer people right here. We need more food stall supplies, so we could probably start to get some other industries going in people's backyards. But let's get now another point so that we can get those better deals for better trade coming into our region. This is where the game gets really spicy. So now all those tariff prices, which were ridiculous a second ago, are not so crazy. It's not like 16 import and whatever export for it. I'm thinking that we take any good that is in surplus, and we just, like, 35 bows. We don't even have 35 men. Let's buy a trade route for 25. And then we will put that on 2. We could do import, export, and full trade, and this just sort of self-manages as we go. So I personally am going to set this to export. You could change it, but I think I probably won't want more than, like, 20 men in our bowman thing right here, and we're getting 5 for each trade, but it's going to take a couple carts for this to happen. Usually you can use this little eye feature to get a view of the trader's cart, because they do come and go. It's not just an immediate thing. I find that they tend to not do enough of these at a time. We have 20 for our militia right now, as well as our retinue, which we basically just got for free, so that's cool. But most of these... Yes, see, clay. Oh, current surplus. Whoops, my bad. So some of these processed goods are great. I'm not taxing the people yet, not until I have more of them. I'm gonna like lure them in with a low tax rate so that the approval doesn't go down, and then after that I'll tax them. But yes, indeed, Provis, I agree. The main thing I like doing is just sacking bandit camps, which at the beginning of the game there seem to be a lot of them, but it might be time for like a little taxation soon. But yes, lure them in with a low tax rate and then surprise them with a tax that they don't expect. There is that. Hey, what's up, Dude, I saw you had this too. Koifish, what's up, brother? Invest in berries. Import more berries. Oh, and then also do, like, the dyes. Not a bad idea. Maybe we should give this a shot. Y'all with your trading, your fancy trading. We do have a lot of berries. How much does dye export for, actually? 4. Okay, so berries import for... If we were to import... I mean, that's essentially arbitrage. That's... Okay, so that's like a 33% profit margin if we export them for 4. But we import them for 3, and that's also our food source. Or... Shoes. I like the kind of goat backyard thing. How much do the goats... Or how much do hides import for? 4, and then commodities, there's export for 8. So that's a 50%... Oh, wait, no, that's a 100% profit margin. I kind of like that. So if we were to do a shoe route, and we export... we become a net exporter of shoes, but we allow ourselves to have the surplus of, like, let's say 20 shoes, we are making a lot of shoe money. We could also import hides here, too. Do I really have enough? I probably will have enough money for this, but let's also just put some, like, goats in people's backyards so that we just have another source of it. I do like having a source of this. So we will import, let's say, desired surplus. Some of these I just kind of want to set at, like, an unlimited number. Let's just say, like, 30. I don't want them to spend too much right away, so we'll say 20. So they spend a total of 80. We will buy the root. We have now become an importer of hides and an exporter of shoes. We are selling them there. Look, we are becoming Nike. Observe how strong and powerful I have become. We need some more logs, though. Or we need some more sawed logs, so I need to wait. We have -1 timber, so chop, let's get to it. Laddies. I'm going to put more people onto logging, and... we are getting a little bit closer to spring. I just don't want to be, like, forgetful here because I do this, so I'm just going to put another family onto berries. How do we get more food? Our town is not really big enough yet to fully go through with the farming. We need to keep growing. I'm going to try to do that this year. But, that being said, if we go through and we get a farmhouse here, farmhouse coming right up, my lord, I am the man... or lord. We can do... It's just so many other families that are going to be required. I'm going to take the easy way out for this year yet again, and I am going to just do regular boy hunting. So we will do some hunting right here. We still have plentiful wild animals here. There they go, frolicking in the meadow. I will put that, like, right here, kind of close to it. Right. And then we will connect this via a weird road. Let's do that, like, here. It's kind of a walk, which is the one thing that's a pain. So, I wanted those a little bit closer together, but honestly, this berry deposit is surprisingly plentiful, and I think it will feed us for a while. Oh, we do actually have bows, too. Thank you for that, Koifish. Yay, verily. Maybe not enough bow for your people of Sweden, though. We will go into the military. Oh, yeah, there we go. We've got bows. Alright, so we've just made an import. We lost 40. Construction upgrade complete. Small stable. New mercenary companies available. It's nice to get this whole trade route going as you begin, because if you kind of just halfway dip your toes into it, it can be kind of painful to do it all the way in. Family members have joined one of the settlers. Okay, and why are they disapproving? Because we also don't have enough on the food stall. Let's actually just give people a couple more backyard vegetable gardens, too, and maybe sooner or later we can... Ooh, we can get another shoemaker shop. Yeah, we need to be producing more of these things. Let's get that going. Do we have the hides in our supply? We do. Okay, good. We have plenty of hides. Kind of reminded me of, like, Fable. You guys get that kind of medieval village vibe of Fable? You know what I'm saying? Oof. Splines. Only splines for Reds. I'll allow it. Maybe I'll give you 1 spline. The one thing that I find slightly, like, maybe a little too easy on quality of life is perhaps the, what was I gonna say? Like, the fact that roads just get constructed instantly. But also, I feel like it kind of detracts from the gameplay if you have to wait around for too much stuff, and I'm happy that they didn't put in food preservation, because I know that it's realistic, but at the same time, it's just kind of boring, and I don't like that. Are we replanting enough trees? Not really. I mean, like, but where are the people at? I mean, we are foresters, and we are foresting. We are the pirates who don't do anything. Whoops, I just ordered a horse by accident. Alright, we will have a horse. Not enough space. Okay, now we don't have enough space for the horse. Woo. Let's put in, where is it? Stable space. Stable. There we go. Hitching post. Maybe that horse will feel at home near the entrance to the village. It'd be also nice to just have another area for that. Alright, so what else do we get for another village upgrade? So now we're going to need burgage plots level 3 or higher. So those first 3 upgrades are really essential. You might be better off with heavy plow and not berries, but I didn't really want to take a big risk. I was like, alright, we're getting bandits attacking us in only 10 days too, so I wanted to make sure that we had that out of the way. Alright, but now we have a couple families free, and I'm thinking that it's time that we start thinking about farming, because it is February, and it's almost time to plow the fields. So let's get a farmhouse up and running. We will put that, like, over here-ish. You don't really need it in the center of the village, but let's go ahead and just build in a couple of morgans of farming land. So I think that this first year, we kind of want something that's easy to process, but also it would be nice to get some food going. So let's start off with what we are most limited on. Flax is actually a pretty good area here. Barley is a little bit more limited because it's only like this side, but we could put barley over here. We could put flax over here, and then emmer or wheat, I believe it's a type of wheat or something. We can put that pretty much anywhere. So let's start off with our barley. And we will do only like a small plot because they are not going to get to the end of this. Maybe a third of a morgan, which I'm told means morning in Germany. In Germany, right? Like Guten Morgen. I'm going to start like small boy to begin with. All right, we've got the farmhouse employing people in the fields. Then we want some area for flax. So flax is a little bit pickier here on this side. But we also don't want them walking too far. I will build inroads as I go, but let's maybe have it like here, and we do it as maybe another third of a 0.2 Morgan. Might just not be enough. These first fields are going to be kind of pathetic, so I apologize for them in advance, but if we make them too big, they just won't get to the end of the planting. So I'm going to try to get a little bit of each crop. I'm like kind of hedging my bets. See what I did there? Hedge. 0.3 Morgan. Okay, so we have 0.9 Morgan. 1 Morgan is about all you can get, and this one will be wheat. And then here we will have flax. And then here we will have the barley. That's actually pretty decent, sort of-ish to begin with, and we will have some crop rotation. Still kind of testing this out. We could rotate from crop to crop. Maybe we'll do a different type of thing. Maybe we'll do wheat here the second year just to go slightly easier on the soil. Then we'll do... We have flax, then maybe we'll go to barley, and then maybe this one will change to wheat. I guess we could do wheat and wheat. We do kind of need to eat more food than anything else, so there is that. I mean, it is already rather fertile here. We could do flax, I suppose, just have true crop rotation there. And then, like, 1 year where we leave everything fallow. I should really, like, stagger that more, but our village will be fully grown and we'll have to totally change it anyway, so I'm just going to leave that as is. Build a roundabout for Europe. Yeah, now, this is slightly starting to turn a little too American for me. Represent the Europeans with a roundabout. There will be no head-on collisions. I swear. No, we would need like a bike lane for that. Okay, I will do one of these. I'll make something like slightly more triangular for you. I do like your cities. They're very nice to walk around in. You Europeans. Yeah, that one looks a little too straight. I can't take it, my eyes! Ooh, maybe we could have like triangle land right here, right? What will we put in the triangle? Probably nothing, because nothing fits in the triangle. Oh well, I like it for what it is. We'll also put in just a little bit of another... Isn't this so nice, the way that they wrap around each other? Like, the roads love each other. Amazing. Amazing stuff. Make beer, not food. Hey, Gabranth 99. Successor to Gabranth 98. Thank you for the 10 pounds. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. We will maybe have some beer going, like in a couple of days or years or minutes or whatever. It might take us a little while, but let's go ahead and see. So we're now down to 172. Have we been doing any of that good trade, my guy? Let's go ahead and see. We've got some hides. We have imported the hides. Have we been creating the shoes? We don't have the shoes yet. All right, so we do have an enemy unit approaching. It's only 18 bandits. 18 bandits. I would like to be able to hire some mercenaries sooner or later, but our town has been growing, and we actually have 28 men now. We are able to create a bow unit at this point in time. I am a bowman. So I think we'll just wait for them to come to us, because why get rid of all that fatigue, waste all those man hours? Man hours. Yeah, I don't want to do that. We could set up a couple more industries, but I think before we do that, we should probably get a couple more residential plots ready. And we could do that. I want to keep everything kind of centrally located here, and at the expense maybe of some of my planting. This area wasn't as fertile, so maybe we could put some more houses in here, sir or madam. Or maybe we could just fit them in here, because I kind of awkwardly couldn't fit a road in there. Yay! No, they don't have a backyard anymore. Could I fit in maybe even just one? No. Okay, I really do want the houses to have space for their own industries, so let's awkwardly put them right here instead. See how good this responsive layout is, man? I love that. How do they not have room for anything in their back? I guess I did make it kind of an awkward size, didn't I? Okay, how about that? How about that? I can't even see it in the snow. Is it even there? No, I don't think it's there. Okay, let's make a really long plot. Please, just give me something, for God's sake. Alright, I'm almost happy with this. Okay, there it is. Good enough. That's a huge house, man. Whatever. We need maybe one more here. These two houses are like lord houses. Bruh. Alright, fine. I'll do one with an extended family add-on. That'll just be, like, a very poor area. That's the reason why I don't build in triangles, man. This is the beginning of the stuff. Am I winning, son? Hey, Duke OV Flannel. Duke of Flannel. Thanks very much for the $9.99. Ha 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 ha. Yes, there is good reason to be hyped for this game. I do believe it's living up to the hype. I mean, like, I hate saying that because there are some people who just hate everything on the internet. But I do truly believe that this is a very, very good game and people will like it. Trader available in 16 days, so it's taking the traders a little while to get here. That's fine. Commodities. Let me just keep checking on those shoes. Show me those shoes. Let's also get, just because it might be taking the trader a little longer to get here, let's do another goat shed. A little bit of lack of approval, that's okay. It's going to take us some time to get that tanner ready, and our village keeps growing, and we have to more thinly distribute the goods. Okay, now the traders are, the bad people are approaching our territory. It's time to raise up an army worthy of Mordor, so we're going to begin with 15 archers. Now we have 3, count them, 3 people for the military. We've actually run slightly short on men. I would rather do more melee, but whatever, like, living my life. Here we go. Ooh, did I miss one? Sorry about that. Hang on a second, let me just see. Sometimes I'm a bit of a dingus and I miss... Did I miss a super chat? I'm sorry, did I miss a super chat? I see Christopher Wilson, $5.99. Thank you very much for the very, very generous €5.99, which is actually more than $4.99. But please, just enjoy. Please don't put yourself at any financial need. Just enjoy, guys. It's free. But thank you. I do appreciate it. Okay, hang on a second. Sorry, I'm just putting that away for a moment. I just have to put away my my other event. Okay, for some reason my chat is grayed out, but whatever, I will just continue with my life as such. Okay, we have the military. Do we have all of the military? Where are my other people? Sorry, I got a little distracted there. Okay, everyone is ready to die now. Here we go. Great. Great. Alright, the enemy unit has been spotted in the fray. It is time to go to war for my people. We're going to have to bury our own people after this battle, so I'm going to preliminarily get ready with a corpse pit over here. And I don't want them to have to do a lot of walking, so I'm just going to put it in this spot. There we go. Yeah, sorry, I like clicked something weird in the YouTube. The YouTube's chat streaming interface is like slightly sensitive, and I don't understand it. Because I have low IQ and I struggle to understand things. But, yeah, I can still see you. Sorry about that. Alright, so we are all about to die. Why are you running? No running in the hallways. There we go. Okay, so what we really want to do in these fights is get in a couple of volleys with our archers before the enemy approaches. So they are over here. They are kind of coming on the main road. Why are there, like... There's, like, some sort of aggravation thing. Oh, no, they're running, so they're actually fatiguing themselves in order to attack us quickly. I've never seen them get to our structures before they get to us. So it remains to be seen whether they will start to attack the man at the clay pit. But yeah, there we go. Bush. Thank you. Hey, there we go. It's Bush. Maybe, like, some relation to the former president? Bush, thank you very much for the 5 Canadian. So what I'm going to do here is I will just pray. Mostly, but let's battle them next to the pit for their corpses. And we will put in maybe like our retinue here from a flanking position because we want to keep them safe because they can run lower. And we will put our archers there and we will put our soldiers there and see, will they just attack us? I'm assuming that they're going to go for us since we're closer by here. Let's just get them away from the village. I want to move my guys up a little bit more. Not the clay pit. Don't knock down the clay pit. Whatever shall we do if you knock down the clay pit? There we go. So let's put in the spearmen in the front line. And then let's line up the archers so that they have good surface area, like that. And then maybe we'll keep the retinue over here just for like a flank in a minute from now. Because I want to be able to surround and engulf the enemy with a rear flank. Okay, so they are going fast, boy, now. We can see the archers' outline of attack, so we actually were a little bit late here. I'll give them one volley. There they go with their shooting, and I think they just shot one off. Let me just zoom in a little bit more so that you can see it. I'm just going to tell them to fire at will, because they are approaching now. So cool. So we actually kind of wear them down a bit, and they come into us. I think we get one more shot of volleys here, and then we charge in our retinue from the side. Now... yeah, like getting those guys from the side or surrounding people in combat. Here we go. This is the stuff, man. This is the stuff of legends. Dude, they're right next to you. Why are you yourself getting flanked? This is so dumb, but otherwise I'd say that they're doing pretty well in this combat. Now, these guys don't have sidearms, but I do believe they can do like a bit of volleying here and there. Nope, I stand corrected. They cannot. So, just they're like rooting on their own men and not contributing in any meaningful way as we go. So I'm happy with this. I personally think that the combat looks like incredible. I really don't play that much Total War. I'm just going to zoom through the rest of it. They do kind of route through your men, which is a little bit funny, I suppose. Did we have anyone die? No, no one even died. I think it's a little bit lopsided, like it's kind of one-sided, but I still am kind of understanding armaments and to what extent people are like that. They're running toward the village. I know that they're routed, but like that gives me pause. Oh well, alright, we have enough room for people now. So what do we have? We have enough food for 2 months and enough fuel for 3 months, so We do want to keep an eye out for that. We probably want to assign a family to... Did we create our hunting area? We should probably assign someone to that, because I have not done that yet. And that is about all there is to say about that. So watch, my favorite part is when, like, the men go back to the village. It kind of does give you that feeling that we're, like, straddling the military and the economy at the same time. I think they've done this beautifully. Hats off to developer Slavic Magic. Did a really good job. I think it, I think that it is pretty seamless between those two anyway. But that's just my 2 cents. What do you guys think? Am I going too easy? Am I going... I think the one thing is that I would like to see more late game stuff, but like I said, it does play a little slow in that way. So that's alright. Playing slow is okay. I think that's the type of game it is. Do we have anyone at the forester's hut? This is slightly deceptive to me. We don't have any storage in the pantry here. Let me know if you think I'm doing something wrong, but these guys are looking for planting spots. They are planting, so I think we have the stuff. I just think that they probably plant kind of slow. This stuff is okay. We now have 140. Do we have any other bandit camps where they emerged from? From whence they emerged? Hey, it's Montu. Friend Montu plays. Let's go get some ice cream together again. Have you been checking out some Manor Lords, brother? What's up? Man, we've got like the whole family here. It's almost as if this were a Paradox game. I'm liking these projects that Hooded Horse is coming out with, though. How's everything going with you? Imagine going back in time to a medieval village like this with an M416 and an iPhone. Yeah, like, you go around asking somebody, like, hey, does anyone have Tinder? And then they just give you a pile of wood. And, like, your mind is just blown. Oh, I forgot to show you the church. Hang on a second. Look at my church. It has not been upgraded because I forgot to upgrade it. Never mind. Now it is time to upgrade the church, and then we will begin to tax the peasants. Okay, so we have several different taxes, but I've gotten only to 2 of them. I do believe some of these are unlocked with later milestones. Maybe. So we have tea, the percentage of surplus food that is given to the church in return to influence. Kind of want to keep the food for right now, so I'm just going to impose a land tax of 10%. This will take off about 6% of our approval, which we can totally manage right now. And then we've got... What have we got? Maybe some money in our treasury, because we need to be able to hire mercenaries at a moment's notice, because our military is just not that strong. The only thing that I've seen in this early demo build, not demo build, early access build, pre-early access build, actually, or whatever it is. What I have been seeing is that the most common enemy you face is just a bunch of bandits, so it might be nice to see a little bit more unit variety. I mean, what is reasonable within medieval simulation? However, there are more powers that will patrol around when they claim the region. I've noticed in one of the playthroughs that they stopped, but it does take a little while to get your feet wet in each one, so there's that. I've been playing some Manor... do you mean Manor Lords? Yeah. Yeah, our manor... See, I tried building walls around my manor, but I'm afraid that I'll break the game. But I think it happens only when I reload the save, because I had something where... Oh, wait a minute. Can I go to... Yeah, there we go. Castle Planner. So you can get a garrison tower, which improves your retinue size, but you need to, like, recruit them from nobles, which I have struggled with and I can't figure out how to do. And it is also a while. Then you can also create castle walls and build them around your manor, and an outer tower. I'm not going to do that, though, because I usually attack people before they get there, but I could make it more than just that, but it's not about the size of your manor. Just remember that. It's more about the number of goats that you have. That will impress the women when you tell them about how many goats you own. Okay, so we have bodies that need burial. Look at their legs, man. They look like a medieval caricature. So let's go ahead and, I will put them... I don't know whose people they are. They could be good. They could be bad. Let's put them in the corpse pile, and I will also assign someone to the church, because we might need them there as well. How are the houses coming along? How are the fields coming along, too? I have not assigned any... I forgot to assign a family to the farmhouse. There is a lot of family assignment and reassignment and deassignment, and it can get kind of confusing. The one thing that I think would be nice is if you could assign, like, a half a family to something. Because in the early game, you find yourself just juggling people back and forth around a lot of professions. I'm thinking that maybe, like, right... here we have another opportunity at fields because we could have a lot of fields in here, but if we do another house like here, maybe along the King's Road, these could be some nice houses, like a villa. Cool. All right, I'll take that. Like the backyard facing out to the road. Multiplayer would be fun. Bruh, multiplayer would be incredible in this game. Can you imagine? I hadn't even thought of that. I enjoy it personally as a rich single-player experience, but I just have no idea what's planned in store. Is this house done? Okay, yeah, so here is one. Oh wait, where is that? Is that the house right there? Okay, this is actually I have not even encountered something like this. Alright, to be fair, this is the weirdest plot I have seen so far. Here is the plot, there is the house. That is the only time I have encountered any type of layout. Although, I don't know, I mean, like... maybe anybody who's tried it out, like Professor Montu could fill in right here. Like, I've had no issues up till this one exact moment with responsive layout plots putting the house somewhere weird, although admittedly this layout plot zone is very funny. Personally, I think it's a funny thing. Although, so far, I hope you can see that, like, generally speaking, the experience has been marvelous. But that is a funny one indeed. Whoops, I don't actually want to expand that house, but never mind. I don't see a way to cancel. Phew. Alright, now I have 1.2 thousand influence. Amazing stuff. Yes, praise the tax office indeed. So now you can use your influence to claim more regions, which could be useful potentially. Ooh, we have another bandit camp. But then the bandits won't show up in them, and I find the bandits useful for, like, getting things. I don't believe we have any other rulers on this map, because that is just the way of this scenario. Is there anything else I can use influence for? I believe it's just for claiming regions, right? Otherwise, let's go ahead and levy an army. Is that what you do? Or just raise an army. I will raise an army then. I'm reaching for the top shelf with my words today. This is kind of funny. Sometimes the bows just have a hard time exporting. Okay, cool. We are now producing shoes. We are a net producer of shoes. Let us produce more. Let us begin. I will have one chicken coop for some food variety. We already have goats in here. And maybe like some more vegetable gardens because I don't want everyone to starve. I'll just be a little bit humble there. In the meantime, let us go and bring our army back so that we can do the thing that we are about to do. Oh, look, here they go plowing the fields too. This is one of the main reasons why I made the fields so small. Honestly, I might not even get to the end of this, but let's go ahead and sack another town because we need wealth, because we need money, because we're poor. We will go here and here and here, and I believe that's all the men in town. There we go, nice. Hello, AA. I will be on a road trip to Houston from MA tomorrow for a robotics championship. May I ask that you bless our trip? I probably don't have the power to bless your trip, but I hope it goes well and you're safe. Yeah. Good luck. The robotics championship sounds kind of cool. Rip Van Winkle. Wow, the Rip Van Winkle. Shout out to the Rip Van Winkle in chat. Great to have you awake again. Half a family or a whole family. I mean, it is the Middle Ages, right? So isn't there still, like, you know, circular family trees? I believe we're getting that. Yeah, the game could actually... Yeah, that is true. The game is kind of slow-paced for multiplayer. I mean, for all the, like, crazy previews, it is a slow-paced game. And I like that, personally. I enjoy a slow experience, because I'm a slow person. But here we go. Alright, let's send over... Really, don't get it mistaken. I'm not all that smart. Here we go. Some units just seem to naturally move faster than others. let's go ahead and back out now just for a moment, and we will claim a region. I might do a little bit of settling, but probably not too much because the whole settlement is treated in a different way. It might be nice to have it nearby. I will use some of my influence, so it takes a little bit of time to claim. And this is kind of like Crusader Kings, so you are claiming more region, kind of like fabricating claims in CK, well, any Crusader Kings, but the one I played the most of was CK3 because I'm not, like I said, I'm not all that smart. Although CK3 is a great game. I'm probably going to be back in CK3 before too long. Can I just say, we haven't played any, like, medieval type of simulator game in a few years, and it means a lot to me that some of you guys would show up for this stream. I, like, didn't think that it would be this popular anymore. We've done so much Maxis and EA and Sim stuff, as well as a bunch of, like, kind of grand strategy, but a lot of it has been space. So, yeah, like, I would like to dip my toes back into this stuff, and I do appreciate your guys coming out. Anyway, that's that. Because I am such a blessed man. No, I am not. I am just I am a peasant. Anyway, let's continue here. I'm going to use more or less the same tactics. I would say this might be the one thing I would be curious to see more of. It would be fun if you had some start where you just had a huge army. But here we go. So there is their radius of sight again. Very beautiful. If you can see that kind of like shadowy outline, I can't really mouse over it. But it is there. So here come the bandits banditing. The bad bandits are banned. Here they come. Okay, so we will, and I'm going to just do this for a second because I said it, and it would be such a tease if I didn't actually do it. I'm pretty confident in how this unit will do in this fight, so I'm going to go down there as my Manor Lord for a moment and just observe this battle. Look at this happening. Isn't that cool? It's almost as if it's Bannerlord, except in a colony builder RTS management strategy simulator. This game is straddling so many different genres really well. Whoa, they are charging the wrong people. I need to get out of this for a moment. I instantly regret doing that, but I did it only because I thought we would win by a lot. We could give them ground. Yeah, give them ground. Luring the enemy to follow. Okay, no, run away, run away. Let the other people handle it. Let the peasants handle it. Go, run. Okay, there we go. Good. Yes, be good, enemy mercenaries. And if you can somehow get into this... We have insta-routed them. I mean, we did outnumber them like 2-1, and we had better gear than them. But, yeah, that's that. That's the only thing I would say. I've been given a taste of the combat system as we have, but it kind of remains to be seen what it would look like full pitch battle with another ruler. There is a way you can do it in one of the scenarios, but like the enemy comes along so quickly with such a big force, and then they just kind of disappeared when I played it. You could see it on the VOD channel if you want to. Again, here, we could put the money into our treasury, but I think just this is going to be useful for more economic development. I will send everyone to run to positions. And then we go home. Yeah. So that is basically the grind of this game. There is a grind component, and now we do sort of come to that moment. And how far are we into the... We've been streaming for about 2 hours now, so I would say that is... Yep, that is an accurate representation of what is going on here. What do you guys think of it, though, so far? Like, I am very pleased, and it feels like a deep and satisfying medieval simulator thing person. You know, I like this. This will be, like, my go-to game. You know, if I want to go, like, super military, I would do Bannerlord, but if I want to go, like, super intrigue, I would do, like, Crusader Kings. But this game feels like a nice balance of all that. Yeah, there we go. So they're unhappy with taxation. And you can see just how little of these fields we have actually plowed. Do we have enough food? We may need to do a net import of food right here this year. If we don't have enough money. This is why I've been preparing myself. I could develop another region now, which basically just means doing exactly everything that we already did, except with a new region. What it generally means overall, because you can see how my resources totally reset when I mouse over this area. Where we right now, we're in Waldbrand, but then Eichenhau. I don't like doing that, though, because all it's going to mean is more taxes, and we don't even have enough taxes from this place to begin with, so why bother, right? That's my 2 cents on it anyway. We need to get burgage plots level 2 or higher. Let's see if we can try to get to a large village. That would be like a good goal for the overall stream. Now, the reason why I said that this was the hardest start is because bandits raid you from very early on. The bandits will be non-aggressive in the other ones, so that is about as hard as it gets right now. Maybe I even could have handled challenging, because I went a lot slower than I expected, and I struggled more in the last time that I played it. Oh, good, look, our forester's hut is working. But I think that's about it. At Ambiguous Amphibian, how would you rate the game from 1 to 10? 1 billion. I don't really believe in the rating system. I guess it's sort of like, it does feel unusual. Like I said, I wouldn't really do it in that. I would probably give it like a 9, just off the top of my head. But I might be going too easy because the other thing is that I generally don't play games that I just don't like on the channel, so like I kind of sift through a lot of things that I don't like, and then I put the games that I like on the channel, so I would rate it there. Maybe that's a bit generous. Maybe like, I don't know, maybe not that much, because I know some people on the internet just hate everything, so I want to be conservative. I personally really like it. The one thing I would think for, am I going to make videos on it, would be like, how much variety is there in starts, I guess. But it's kind of medieval. Sorry, hang on a second. I just had an alarm on my phone. There we go. Dismissed. Alright, so we need more burgage plots at level 2, which means that we need more timber, and we're using up a lot of timber for all of our people who are living in the town, and they're disgusting. Let's go ahead and maybe get another storehouse. There we go. We will upgrade the size of this, because it is about the size of the storehouse. It is completely about that. 78 planks. We could really become an exporter of planks right here. We've got another save coming on. Great. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Technically, there is still, like, time before reviews come out. That is not a review. Not a review. No! Or may I be smitten down. How dare you say anything that you like or don't like about the game. Yeah. If you really want to hear my, like, kind of overall impressions and opinions, I was a little bit more, like, level-headed in the VOD one. Sometimes I forget things when I'm on YouTube. But here we go. We've got eggs. We've got berries. What else could we maybe handle? We don't really have enough berries for a long time. We might want to put another family on this. Do we have another? Yeah, we could totally use another family for that. Now, there is the danger of, like, over-hunting the animals. We want to keep their population at 10. Otherwise, that can become problematic. We're already at May, though. Did we even plant this? We didn't sow it enough yet, but we just don't have enough families. So we kind of reached this awkward squeeze now where I do have a family free, not constructing anything, so let's go ahead and give them more residential plots to do. But then this becomes more mouths to feed, and that becomes a pain too. So we do kind of hit the medieval squeeze, you know? There was the Black Plague. There were rats everywhere. It was a gross time. Everyone was... They didn't shower, and they all needed a bath, and that's the way it was. And they liked it. And that's what they deserved. So we're going to go ahead and make room for even more disgusting people to inhabit these lands. Hopefully they will have access to some sort of well, because I am not doing a very good job to stem the overwhelming tide of peasants anymore. We could have... Yeah, we'll have them face about the same way as these other ones. Okay, now maybe this is looking a little bit less American now. Or is it looking totally American and I'm just... Like, see, look, there's some sort of curve, rhombus, diamond, trapezoidal thing going on here. There is a curvy kind of road. There is a variation. Very nice and cool. Very nice. You have to follow a lot of things. Yeah, kind of like a zoomed-in version of Victoria 3 is actually a pretty good way of looking at it, I suppose. There is that. This is a really big thing, isn't it? Games so much when they pay... Yeah, I mean, I think it's a beautiful project, but it's also sort of like a labor of love. Slavic Magic, been working on this for How many years has it been? I don't know. Anyway, I'll leave that for you guys to decide in a few weeks. I've just been enjoying it. Like, it is a game that I'm like, oh, I would really like to hole up in my room and just play for 10 hours in one day. Like, it is good. That is to say. I give it a rating of good. Let us upgrade to plot level 2 and another plot level 2. And then we want to start to establish more industries in human houses. We do have enough, more than enough, of these level 1 burgage plots, but we should probably be a little bit more efficient with them. Efficient. We do have a plot level 2 here. We could start to get more of these expansions going. I do think we need a brewery here in order to get going with the next piece, because we need a tavern so that people can be drunk and happy, because that's what they want. We have 76 timber too. That might be way more than enough. Wow, okay, I'm very happy with that. Surprised that they haven't created any more. I guess because there's no woods nearby. Whatever, we'll just allow them to live with that. Do I know what kind of amphibian I am? That's for me to know and you to find out. Just kidding. Probably like a toad. Lemon Squad, thank you for the other $4.99. The urge to make grids as an American is debilitating. Yeah, I really want to... I'm about to create a gun store in the game, but they didn't have a gun store option, so I just sighed in sadness and sat here. So that's been my real struggle. Don't you like the way that these little roads link up to the big roads? Here we go, we can upgrade this house. I wonder what'll happen when I upgrade my buggy house. Ah ha ha ha, ah ha ha ha. We could import some food. No, now we have 5 months. Okay, the food situation is improved. We also could do, what else do we need? We need another 2 of these. So let's do another level 2 house, and then we'll do yet another one probably. Level 2, but we need more space. See, this market is starting to improve quite a lot, like at a breakneck pace. Maybe even more than we're prepared to sustain. We will need yet even more level 2 plots, so we need yet even more wood. Just the amount of wood that you need is surprising at times. But they keep taking down trees. Alright, there we go. Soundtrack still humming. Do we have any bandits that have shown up in the land that I've lost track of? No, we're actually doing... I have gotten better at this game than I thought. Ooh, the other thing I haven't really pointed out here is... Don't you guys like the way that this... Like, actually, I guess some of the houses still slightly appear there. Maybe that's like another little... Tiny little graphical things like that here and there. But overall, this is really cool, the way that this map shows up. Like, it looks like an old D&D map or an old, like, yeah, I don't know, like something that you would see in a museum. Ooh, and we've got the harvest coming, too. All right, here, so we go. This is barley. And whoops, whoa, that was way too much zooming out. Sorry about that. That was a crazy zoom. There we go. Town upgrades to one giant Costco. As well as, we aren't really getting the crops to appear here. Only other graphical thing I've noticed is that sometimes the crops just don't appear. Unlike certain of my fields, so that's maybe another thing. I would see those as being the only things that I've seen as, like, weirdness. But most of this responsive building seems to be working out really cool. Let me see what else. Ooh, Provis says, hint, if you hold tab, you can see quickly a house can be upgraded in a room as a backyard. Oh, I've actually not tried this. See, this is the kind of thing I was looking for. Ooh, thank you, Provis. Thank you, Provis. Ooh, go Provis. I've not held down tab. There might be another button you could hold down, like Alt, but Alt is the button that I do to launch the streaming software, so I just have it in the back of my mind to never, ever, ever press Alt when I'm streaming, because it will cause me to accidentally delete the stream, and that is not what I am trying to do. It is bad. It is pretty funny when it... Well, it's not really happy, or funny, it's just kind of sad. So we need a little bit of ale at the tavern. The other thing we could do now, actually not a bad idea, would be to start importing some of the beer stuff. So let's go ahead and bring in some... we have... Okay, this is food. We We want to make sure that we have enough market stall variety here. Commodities. So we could import the finished ale, but that would be very expensive. So maybe we could put our brewery house to work. Got you, bud. Aw, thank you, Provis. To give you a great big bear hug the next time. A man hug when I see you next time. Let's import some malt. Just because that's going to be cheaper. That's going to put our family industry to work, and it's going to open up a new trade route. So we will import, let's say we want... Let's say, like, maybe 15 malts. I don't want to spend all the money. Not all the money, obviously. But this will put our... Look at that lightning, man. Isn't that cool? We want a couple brewery families because it's going to be expensive to get a tavern up. Now, where is my tavern in here? Farmhouse, burgage plot. Burgerage. Oh, where is my burger? Burger King. Alright, I will just build another tavern here then if I don't have... Where's that goddamn tavern? I could put it near to the... although they'll just need to drink out of it. Let's put it here in the middle of the fields. Dude, I would love to have a beer, like, in the middle of a farm field. Actually, come to think of it, some of the breweries near me are kind of like that. I already can do that. It's fine. I kind of want to open up some room for infrastructure here, though. So let's maybe... build out another one of these. I will enhance the curviness to make the Europeans happier. There we go. It is not curvy at all. It is not really very curvy. I apologize for the lack of curvature in the roads. Here we go. Does that make you happy? Oh, no, that's too curvy. I don't want that. That's much better. That feels lived in and organic. Oh, God, it's awful now. It just looks wrong. I did my best. All right, the next thing that we could do, because the brewery in somebody's house isn't really going to be enough, we need an intermediary good. So we're going to go over to industries, and we're going to create a malt house. Put that nearby our tavern. Oh, actually, it's going to need to go to the houses. I messed everything up. Just ignore everything that I'm doing and try the game for yourself. What do we have over here? Barley. Okay, so this is a little funny. Barley goes from here to the malt house. Then it goes as malt to people's houses so that they can process it into beer. Or this one is a brewery. See that one? Whoops, I accidentally just pressed Alt, and my heart is in my mouth just a little bit. Did I put it? Oh, darn, I didn't put a family into the trading post. Whoops, that's what I meant. Thank you, Provis. I knew I was forgetting something. All right, there we go. So does that cause only the exporting? That, I would say, is something that has slipped past me. Thank you. Thank you. So now we are exporting. If I put in circles, then I will not appease you. I will just use my... I'm going to make the most American city ever. They're going to have guns in this medieval village, man. Just to anger everyone. This is an early American medieval settlement. Don't question it. Okay, yeah, we totally have enough timber. Why am I not being given this? Oh, yeah, whoops. We don't have enough food stall supply. So, okay, we need a little bit more food stall supply. We want to start with the houses that are closer to the market to see if they're available for upgrading. But if we want to get houses up to burgage plot level 3, we're going to need a lot of food stall variety, which is why we need all of these crazy different goods in people's houses. So what we could do is start to just get more vegetable gardens, because we want to look at our food variety to make sure we have a lot of it. So we've got 0 vegetables in storage right here, which suggests to me that there aren't enough of them. So I think if we do that, and maybe we do like some egg production, so we have chickens and other crap like that, they'll open up more market stalls. There will be more food variety, and people will do that. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Bless Provis. Provis moved to Florida. Petition for Provis to move to Florida. Construction upgrade complete. Burgage plot level 2. No, actually where Provis lives is a beautiful place. I don't want to... Well, I will not. I will say no more, but it is a beautiful place. All right, I know of it. I've only heard of the lands of Pravus and his manor lord. You know what I mean. Blacksmith's workshop, tailor's workshop, joiner's workshop could be very profitable, but I think that the tailor's workshop becomes more important here for clothing variety, because once we get to Burgage plot level 3, then they will have a lot of needs, like, oh, here we go, I am the lord of the land, I am a taxpayer, and I require not only shoes, but also a jacket and like a cloak so that I can envelop myself in my wealth. And that becomes the central conflict as we go. But again, we kind of just need to like continue with our lives here. So we've got a little bit of wheat. We do get the yield here. We are in August, so like I said, we probably could have just had another family on this. Now we've got an extra family that's not assigned to construction. But look, everyone, look, here comes the barley coming up. It's like visions of future inebriation, as well as more visions of future of inebriation. We really aren't making enough of it, though, so let's just start to import some, because this is probably going to be easier. I will establish a barley trade route, as well as wheat becomes a lot of processing, so I'm just going to wait here. Ooh, maybe a visit. Here we go. We could import meat, but I think maybe just meat from hunting. I mean, how much variety do you really need, man? Flour, wooden parts, linen. Are we doing the Good, we are doing the exportification now. The one thing I wish is that sometimes you could have, like, more of a management flow, because sometimes I just don't want to import stuff for money. You know, like, if we have a lot of money, import this, or if we have food, then import this, but it could get a little overcomplicated, too. Cool, though. We are getting beer in here. So does that mean that we have enough to upgrade? Tavern supply. Okay, now I think we need a family managing the tavern, right? Because no one has tavern supply met. And basically what you want to do to see if it's being met, you just go to the location. You go to the locations that are closest to the place, and they will be the first ones supplied. So all the level 2 burgage plots that have this amazing ability. We could also create a joiner's workshop. We have a ton of planks, right? Let's just do it. Oh, and here is our upgraded church, too. I never went back to that. So there it is. It is amazing and very tilular. Observe it and despair at the lack of tiles upon your own house's roof. Speaking of inebriation, time to get a beer. Ooh. Love me a nice cold beer. We demand more at the market. Food stall supply is still not enough. So this would be, I would say, the one part that gets a little bit to be not as much fun when you're just kind of like managing all of your goods. And like, oh, do I have a family that produces a vegetable? That can be like a little bit dull. Because we now need to wait for the vegetables that we've just assigned to grow. So we're literally waiting for the growth of vegetables. We could get an apple orchard, but we don't have a thing that lets us do that, so we're stuck again. Let's just get more chicken coops and things like that in people's backyards. Some of you just won't be very productive. We need a peasant lower class to support the upper classes. We will have more vegetables, and yet even more vegetables, and see what happens then. 275 unassigned families needed for construction work. Have we got a house for everyone? We do have more houses moving in. I need to unassign one. I guess I will take someone off the logging camp. Cool. I mean, but we are getting like a decent flow of money here, which is fantastic. I was hoping for a slightly more like military presence a bit, but we just haven't had as many bandits, I suppose. This was advertised as the hardest start. Let's keep time sped up so that we keep getting, like, challenges coming in. Or there may be a setting, too. Gameplay, allow assignment to multiple control groups, autosave, cosmetic day and night cycle. Ooh, I'm just gonna leave that as at its default, because I don't know if it is supposed to be. Reaction when enemy was spotted. Language controls, accessibility. Yeah, I think we have to change that from the start. You can make it more frequent, but the first one and this one was after 1 year. Now I'm thinking we could do that challenging start if we wanted. In the meantime, let's talk a little bit about other stuff that you'll be doing. So most of it is kingdom development. Looks like we've come to the harvest now here. So all the plants have been taken out of the fields, and we are, like, getting everything out of the harvest. They do kind of oddly try to plow again at the end of the season. Oh, we are down to just 2 months' supply of fuel. We don't really have enough families. Hang on, I want a second family on logging because we're just continuously using timber. Oh no, actually we're fine on that. Maybe we get another family on the duty of wood cutting-ing. Yeah. Speaking of which, we have maybe another, like, forester's hut to build there because they are just kind of taking down the woods rampantly and not doing anything about it. Although we do have another one right here. We can just assign another family. Nope, now we have no families. Let's take one off there again. Oh well, alright. Horrible deforestation incoming. Alright, here we go. So we have a good, like, input and output of all these resources. I do want to zoom in on a trader. Can we do that? Let's see, what is it good that we have? Okay, so shoes. Where is our shoe exporter? So this man has the shoes in his trade cart. So he is the shoe trader, the shoemaker, if you will. I mean, not the shoemaker, the shoe trader. But that's not really as common of a last name. So we could do that. I will see how our fuel does, and if we don't make any more in a couple of months. And indeed, yea, verily, if we don't, then I will probably, most probably, get some importing of this or assign another family, because it's like our town isn't growing fast enough. In the meantime, the other thing that we do to gain influence is basically just take more food and give it to the church, because it's sort of like, I don't know, in very vague terms, like God owns the land or something like... I don't understand how it is, but the church does own a lot of land, don't they? So, yeah, that is a thing. Although I do believe a lot of this stuff was done in order to ward off Viking attacks, right? I don't know anything about the medieval history, but wasn't it like the king owns everything, then he gives it out to the lords, and then the lords give the plots to the peasants, and then the peasants give, like, food and, like, other teeth and taxes and whatnot in exchange so that knights get it and that they defend the land? Isn't that more or less the idea? I'm an ignoramus, though, and I don't really know what I'm talking about. Or is it just that they all exchange in units of shoes? Is that the economy here? I am an ignoramus. Preferred thing about the church likes distributing the food to the poor. But sure, it might be a land power play. I guess that, I mean, that would explain... Like, we had a very fat bishop when I was... And, like, people, you know, like, he's a jolly bishop, but I imagined just, like, a lot of food in the bishop's office. Or something like that. Maybe that is, like, a slightly less, like, biased reading of everything. So it's got only 2 months of fuel, but 5 months of food gives us time in order to stay alive for the spring. And that is important because of reasons that will be seen. Let's get another family on the forester's hut, because I think they need a little bit more forest coming in here. Look at all that they've taken down. Oh, actually, this is new forest land. This is great. Okay, so cool. Cool, we've got that. New policies available. Policies. Now, the policies come up... Actually, I'm not sure why they're coming up here. There's my weird burgage hut again. I love it. Requirements still not met. We still need more food. Fooled stall. We could use some bread. How is our food variety? I can start to see that we're making inroads with some of these other types of food. Maybe if we just get, like, Nah. I've just got to keep waiting. So I will use this time to just say that there is a lot of waiting around. A lot of this in the VOD, I was like, okay, I will just fade to black. And then I was like, noom, 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 noom. I am supplying the village, but there is there is a certain amount of waiting around involved here, which I think is okay. I think that's going to be in any strategy game. I wouldn't want it to be a little too much like that. All right, but we will add in vegetables for more room for vegetable stalls. What other things do we have at the market? So we have storage. Can we actually zoom in? So we do have an egg stall. Ooh, nice to see the eggs happening. Man, they are really productive with these shoes. Shoes have been like the backbone of our economy for so long. As they should. But actually, a lot of the initial response to the Viking period was actually state consolidation, which then collapsed under Norman pressure. That's only like my vague understanding of it. During the Vikings, there were kings, not a king. Yeah. Like I said, bad description. Peasants mostly owned the homestead, but leased the land from the lord. They usually, yes, paid tax for money, food, or goods. Specify. I have avoided specifying the work areas for loggers. There is indeed a way that you can do it, only because there's so much stuff going on that I tend to lose track of it and forget, and then they just have none of it. So I just keep them on unlimited work areas. I'm thinking, though, if we find a good level 2 burgage plot, we could probably give them, like, a bakery assignment. That might be nice. Either that, or we could just import some... We do have a lot of money here, so I might just import some more wood, because I need to upgrade some more houses, and they can't get chopping fast enough. We also do have a lot of woods around. I was being a little bit conservative, because one thing you need to watch out for is that you don't deplete your berry bushes, because I did that in an early game when I got really aggressive, just, like, overly, you know, like, getting all the stuff out of a region, and it didn't end well. So I was like, oh no, we lost our early game berry supply. Whatever will I do? Actually, let's just have the logging camp over here. This would be better. There we go. Ooh. No, they already finished it. Wow, okay. My people are being very productive. Never mind. I won't do it at all. I'm just trying to minimize the number of steps, because you do kind of want to keep things consolidated and nice like that. It's bad if you run out of room. It can be very, very deadly and lethal. How much do we have now? We now have 32 timber. There is no reason to... Oh no, again, it's food stall variety. Man, this food stall variety... Okay, I guess I will assign another family to make eggs. I thought we've had so many eggs around here, though. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer, because it might be that these houses in the back here are getting supplied earlier. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Are you getting supplied? Nope, but you are producing vegetables. You are useful to me. We will go in with... Who else? I did put so many families around it. Maybe that's causing some of it. Let's just make sure that every man, woman, and child is laying an egg. Here, have an egg. We have so much money in this playthrough, though. The one mistake I made in earlier playthroughs was not having money. I know that doesn't sound like a mistake, but it is. I didn't pick the right policies, because if you don't pick that trade one, then you get stuck at this weird milestone, which is the one area where I do think I would like to see a little bit more, like, variety in approaches, but some of them, as it says when you're developing your town, are still kind of under development, like locked in early access, so maybe there is one way you could go in and become, like, a super berry empire. As well as policies, one thing we could do would be skip every 5th meal, which reduces approval. I'm actually going to try this out now, because we are going through food a lot. Can we deassign? We can deassign, so we can just get rid of it. I mean, we have more than enough approval, because we have a really great church, we have good clothing market supply. We just need people to eat less of the food, because they are currently eating themselves to death. Eggs and shoes, signs of a strong economy. Yeah, this is actually the GESP. We're not looking at the GDP anymore. It's the gross egg shoe product. It is a more favorable metric of macroeconomic progress that shows the real happiness of the people of an economy. And everyone else is wrong but me. The other thing that's a little odd here is, are they actually using this market supply? I'm going to just build a secondary market right here, just to see... Ooh, and we do have another bandit camp. I like the bandit camps, and I was hoping that we'd get just a little bit more frequent bandit camp pop up in this run because they are a great economic opportunity. Like, there's one playthrough where another ruler is kind of competing with you for bandit camp destruction. You really got to get on them. How many? We have 10 free market stall locations. Okay, so we can do that with our 10. Zoom out. Where is my other bandit camp at? Okay, cool. Pretty close by. What month is it? It's February. So it's a little bit iffy to do this here and now. I can how... Wait a minute. I can how... Wait, are we really that low? Oh, no. This is still, for some reason, on I can... Okay, good. Waldbrand. I was like, Waldbrand is in the danger zone. Let's get more people on farming as well. The other thing we need is a bakery, and we need a mill. We haven't really gotten to the end of the wheat, and do we have the plant product that we need? But we do, yeah. We could also do a weaver's workshop for more clothing variety, but we haven't needed it, so I've just put it off and put more families onto that stuff. I would say the one thing that we might not get to in this stream, because it takes about 6 hours of gameplay to get there, and I think I'll probably end up doing for like no more than 3 or so. I don't know, look at the stream length. But I would say it takes about 8 hours to set up a really robust, probably not 8. I also am not a complete expert either, so I would say about maybe 4 or 5 hours for somebody who really knows what they're doing, but like less than that maybe is possible. Okay, so we've got a workshop, a weaver workshop, as well as what? I'm not going to do any pasturing yet because I just haven't really gone in that direction for this run. Okay, I will put a windmill here on the lands that we're supposed to be farming, but I also want it adjacent to them. And we will do maybe one communal oven, but I would prefer to get, like, a family that just does this. But we also have a lot of families producing goat. So, that is also a requirement. Goat, goat, goat. Man, we have just so many goats in this town. Goat, goat, goat. Oh, another one that we can upgrade to level 2. Cool. Right, cool. We will upgrade that one. We will do maybe a couple more plots here because so far we aren't all starving to death yet. And we may end the stream like that because I have horribly, unsustainably built up our population. In that case, it's time to recruit the men to go off to war again so that some of them die and there's not as many mouths to feed. We will bring together the peasants and the rabble and the important people all together again. It might not actually be that bad. We have 2 months of food left, but it is March. It is March. Do I have a malter? Oh, actually, do I have a family assigned to it? I might need one. Okay, there we go. So I will get a family assigned to the malt house. I am importing malt right now, but that will save us some money if we are producing it here. Forester's hut. We have good production of wood. I think we need one more family on the saw pit again, just because that's easy to lose track of. And where is my retinue there? Okay, we want to not have them run. Don't run. I want to command you en masse not to run. There we go. Okay, so everyone come together, peasants, and attack the bad people. We want to get back in time for the harvest, or I mean the sowing, because there is a lot of work to be done on the lands. And how many men do we have now? 54 men among the lowest class, and 26 among the higher classes. I like it how in the level 3 families, they just turn blue. I guess that's because we don't have any, but you aren't running. Okay, that's just how you naturally are. You're like a fast walker. All right, so they will send out a horde of peasants at us, a chittering mass. There they come. Hang on a second, I just need some more water. Whew. Oh, we've been at this for about 2.5 hours, man. Getting a good civilization here. Don't go that fast. Just don't. We're not trying to impress anyone. That's much better. God, it looks... See, that's the U.S. Army. With the star. It looks like World War II a little bit. I'm bringing the Shermans up the rear. Alright, let's have the peasants... Man, I love the way they march in this game. It just looks so cool. Now we have 35 archers. I didn't realize we have this. It's only because one guy is just being so productive at making bows in his house. It's the whole reason why we have that. Oh, are they... Okay, they're coming through the trees. They're coming through the trees. Send back the rich people. We don't want them to take as much damage. Spread out the archers here, and maybe not behind the trees. I'm not sure if that actually... There are enough environmental effects here that it gives me pause. And then spread out the militia there, and then get these guys in the back ready to charge in. Alright. Prepare the volley. Prepare the volley. I really can't wait for more pitched combat, because having only 3 units, I get the basic bare bones of like a tactical simulation going on here, but getting something larger and more robust is going to be sweet with more units as we go. Although a lot of the scenarios have sort of just been like this. Okay, good. Volley them. They still seem to be coming for these guys, so let's just rearrange ourselves over here, because I think they're coming for this group. And change them to fire at will. What is this? Friendly fire mode. That's a great icon for friendly fire mode. Don't attack them. Attack them. Shift over the line. Shift over the line. Unacceptable. Okay, you know, just rush in this case. Envelop them. We've already taken them down to 14. Dude. They really don't like the... Oh, God. How have they done this? Okay, charge in so that they don't get the archers. They just lost like half of their line. Get to push forward. Change to run as well. Okay, there we go. This is so disorganized. Oh, no. We instant They just had horrible combat. Okay, whatever. We will send in everyone. Actually, yeah, just send everyone. I'll keep them out as a group. Actually, no. Just send these people back home, because I want them to disband and get to their, like, field tasks, because that was an important time to lose people. Send the retinue, only the, like, elite warriors over here to capture the camp, and that's going to give us yet even more wealth. And look, now we have 370 in our treasury. If I can, and if we get another raid before the stream is over, I'm going to get a mercenary band. Because they are way more powerful, and it's just kind of like a cool unit. Although I've gotten better at... like raising an army here, so I am improving, I suppose. Yeah, it would be kind of cool, you know, like would really improve the combat system to get some mounted knights. I've seen polearms, so potentially that could be like mounted units, I don't know, not sure yet. But again, still all early access right here, so like that is happening. Okay, cool, the archers are back home. Oh, I had them going slow, whatever. They can just run home. I don't think fatigue makes a difference once people get back to their house. Anyway, let's go ahead and disband those two. Now we go ahead and just sack that camp. Cool, new message. I will continue to send this to the nearby town. They didn't really have as much. 129. 185. Oh, wait a minute. Am I getting... you know what might have actually happened? Because I've claimed this area, it might be counting it as a town and sending money there. I'm not 100% positive about that. I'm still just going to stick to one settlement for the sake of this thing, because I feel as if I make another one, I will just mess it up. Oh, did they get it sent here and then there? 258 at Eichenhau. 185. Yeah, that is kind of funny. Alright, whatever. I guess that's what I have to live with. I am who I am. Alright, here we go. They're back in. I will just disband them. Alright, so that is, generally speaking, self-defense herein. How much food do we have left? We're kind of straddling a tricky time right here. Burgage plot level 2. We are upgrading everything right now. We still have only one family free out of 26, so... You know, we do want families on tasks, but it might be nice to have a couple more freed up for construction. This game trying to become a baron to become the second lowest rank of nobility, where you become the most... So there's different, like, goals to different scenarios. Some of them are take over the whole area. Some of them are develop a large town. Kind of remains to be seen. Like, what is another type of win con? I think it's one of those games where just the win con doesn't really matter, but... It's cool onto what it is. Right, but now we have a little bit of flax, so we could put people into the weaver's workshop, but there might be more essential tasks for them. We have a malt house. We also have a windmill. I think I'm going to put a family onto that. That leaves one family free. We're still kind of lacking on that food stall supply, but here we go. Okay, finally, we've hit all of our requirements, and how much do we have in the way of beer? Commodities... we have one ale, so we're kind of thin on the ale right here. We want to get that supply just a little bit more robust, but yeah, see, it went back again for a second. We did for a second there. Ooh, we have bandits stealing malt now. Okay, now if we do have bandits stealing something, there must be another camp of them out there. Okay, so there's another one. I've basically just been nailing them as they come in. This time, let's try something different. So I don't just have the option of commanding my own army. I can also hire mercenaries. And, we don't have the crazy geese. They're one of my favorites. Who are the Wayward Sons? They're all bowmen. Looks like. Region of Francia. Their customs and tongue are strange. You know, the green caps are a little expensive, but let's get a little bit of an expensive mercenary unit. So we need to pay them once a month. It's probably not the best use of resources, but I don't want to hurt my economic people. So now we have 3 units of mercenaries, and this is what a slightly stronger army looks like in this game. I just wanted people to get a look at this before we, yeah, we didn't get the Geese Bros. I love the Geese Bros. They're, like, one of the best. I can't remember exactly how it reads. I got it once in the VOD recording, but it's, like, a bunch of outlaw and bandit farmers who just... The only requirement to join this unit is a general lack of fear of death. It's written way better than that, though. I can't remember what it says. But yeah, it's kind of funny. What else do we have here? Oh, wait, what is that? Burgage plot level 1. Do we also have enough planks getting built? The one thing I found a little bit much was switching between regions and managing a military, but once you get an area to its, like, highest level... Ooh, look at all that flax we've got now in the field. That's amazing. We could probably start to get more families and upgrade, but we need level 3 burgage plots so that we can... Still not enough food, man. Okay, this one is ready for level 2. This one's already also ready for level 2. Maybe I will do it... Oh, but I need another upgrade to get that bread. So I need a communal oven here, really. Okay, I will do that. Give me a second. I will go back to the other place in a minute. Okay, room for a... There really isn't any room for a communal oven, but I'll just put one there. There's just a lot of jobs to assign people to, man. Firewood stall. But we have a huge population now, too. And they're being very productive. So if we do maybe another family in the saw pit... Yeah, that might improve the balance there. Alright, we're running out of families to do stuff. We do have room for one more. Do you have anywhere we can expand to just another generalized family? We do... whoops. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do it the other way. Alright, let's go command our military. We'll manage the village in a minute when I lose... When I lose the war. Okay, we will just put everyone in line here because I neglected to get ready for that in time. Actually, just line up right here. Just get right in this spot and start shooting at them. Because they are, like, basically right in front of us. Just another little save there. Cool, okay. Just get these 2 groups of units ready. Maybe I could do a little bit of a cleaner flank right here. Fire at them. Actually, we just get straight to fire at will, but then we're going to dismiss this unit. Ooh. Hit him. Probably again. And now look at this. They do actually arc their fire. Not right there, but they do when they're far away. They'll arc their fire over your men. And it looks cool. Okay, so now we kind of come in with a flank, and this might... So does this appear on their routing? I mean, their morale is significantly lowered when we do that. So yeah, we just routed them. It's kind of like in Warhammer Fantasy, where if you just do something crazy to one unit... Rest in peace, Warhammer Fantasy. I mean, Warhammer the Old World. Like, if you really just smash a unit, you can just rout them with morale, rather than even having to fight them. We could use the local thugs. Maybe we'll hire someone else. But that money to hire these mercenaries, if you noticed just a couple minutes ago, didn't come from our regional wealth. This is more just for taxes and things like that. Whereas that used our treasury money. So our treasury money is Kind of like my personal money used for retinue, hiring mercenaries, and settling a new region. The settling a new region also is sort of like a society development, but we can collect that from tax and whatnot. So we do have enough that we can claim another region now. I wonder what happens if... No, I don't want the bandit camp to just disappear. I will let them do this and go here. I will probably just dismiss these bandits, though, after this campaign, because... Yeah, there we go. Okay, disbanded. And they vanish into thin air because I don't want to pay them anymore. I will put it to the nearest town again. Hopefully that will be not Eichenhau. I want that to be Waldebrand. Or Waldbrand. I need one unassigned family. Right, I need to take people off of something. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. No more foresting. No more forest. Alright, now all we need are some planks. Actually, we could probably just import some of the planks because I'm impatient. We will set up a trade. Establish. Import. Because they're pretty cheap, you know? Desired surplus, let's just say we don't want to spend all of our money on it, but let's say like 20 planks just so that we have enough to develop a couple of these houses. Because now we are fairly consistently meeting these requirements. And you want to do it while they have enough beer, otherwise they run out and they get angry. Kind of reminds you of Banished. I feel like Banished is more like on the city building side, but this game is more like the overall civilization. But I would agree. I feel like this is kind of building on that now. But I agree with you. I agree with you. Mounted units would be rad. Yeah. Yeah, even if it were just for the retinue, like, that'd be kind of sweet. You can also expand the retinue. I might end up doing that. Constructing finished. Constructing. I'm probably going to need more fields, because I've set these ones to be fallow after this. 2 families, cool. So now we can probably assign somebody else on logging. And we do have 20 planks now, so let's see, do we have... Yes, we have enough for level 3 burgage plots. And we do need a couple more roof tiles. In one playthrough, I had so many free roof tiles, it wasn't even funny. There was nothing funny about the number of roof tiles I had. But this time, I do have clay, and it's fairly easy to produce these roof tiles. Is there a way to make walls? You can make them from your manor. I don't really have the money to make them right now. Pantry is full. Forager hut. I would say that's a good sign, right? Can we go over to our pantry? Food 4 months. Clay furnace. Woodcutter's lodge. Saw pit. Where is my pantry? Where is my pantry? Here it is. Or granary. Or I always thought that this word was pronounced granary because it stores like grain in it, but it turns out I'm just wrong and it's granary. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've gotten so many word corrections. I've learned a lot ever since I started making YouTube videos. Mostly just about how dumb I am. But now I have ascended and I am actually the smartest person. You don't all have to congratulate me at once. You can take turns. Cool, we have another burgage plot right here that is ready for some stuff. Truly embracing my inner... Unfortunately, we don't have the option to add frogs into the game. Timber. Storage. Yeah, man, sometimes they just don't make... This is what I was encountering one time, was just... It takes a little while. We probably need another ox or something like that. So what I might end up doing is just upgrading this space and then assigning another ox to it. Okay, so there we go. Stocks damaged by weather. Forager hut. Where is that? Foraging, foraging, foraging. Wow. Okay, we do have a lot of berries, man. What we might want to do is assign another family to the granary, but... Again, it's sort of like we just don't have enough time, man. Ain't nobody got time for that. The fields are well planted, though. I might even be able to take a family off them. Yeah, actually, there's not as much to do here. Let's get a family assigned to the granary. Let's have them on construction. Cool, very cool, very cool. This horse was meaningless. Remember, that was just the village horse. We will have an ox. Now, you can dedicate an ox to, like, some sort of development area, which can be useful. But we don't have that much money. We still don't have any money. Cool, the roof tiles are coming up. Can we import some planks, sir? Small stable, cool. So we could, like, everything can have a family assigned to it. It can get a little dizzying, but eventually once your society gets big enough, which we are approaching that now, I would say. Only thing, we'd have slightly higher buildings. Is there anything else we could do with the place once we get up to level 3, you might ask? Actually, let me double check on one. I think most of it is actually available to us at level 2. It's just we need certain policies. So we have way too many level 1 burgage plots, but we depend on just so many peasants in order to make this all happen. So now we need wealth. Okay, we should be able to just X out and go over that again. Now that's number 2. Number 2. Now we just need a little bit more wealth. And let me just turn down the imports. Don't actually import for a little while, because I need money. Or maybe a little bit import. How much do we need? 8. Okay, 8. If they aren't making them, then import them. Is there anything else you could sell, too? It's good to always check every now and then, like, is there anything we have too much of? I don't want to sell too much of my food, but hides. Yeah, that's alright. Shoes? Shoes were looking good. Look at this shoe trade, man. Bows are also pretty good. I kind of want to keep our shields. Oh, wait, we have all these small shields, man. Although it costs money to get a route going as well. It's too bad that you can't just take money out of another region, because I accidentally sent the money to these regions where we have nothing. So this settlement could just use more. Okay, but we have 2. And now we have no money again. This is why I've basically done all of the money stuff with just sacking bandit camps, because it's so much easier. No! Granary River isn't full for a forage storage. Oh, do we need to have a family in there? Did I not have one? Here we go. Yeah, we'll put a family on that. Yeah, just make sure once you get to this size, you just have a family assigned to everything. Forester's hut, maybe we'll put in one more. We don't want to deforest the berry forest too much, otherwise we do lose the berries. Let's turn off all imports for a second. That's good, but we aren't really going to be using any more. That's fine. Importing of hides, we're using it to make money though, so that's fine. Exporting of warbows, okay, I'm alright with that. Yep, I mean, here I'll just say this is kind of a waiting game at this point. We have 30 families that are disposed to doing tasks, but then the rest are, like, pretty much busying their hands in the rabble of tasks that are left to the peasants. Weaver Workshop, Communal Oven, we could assign one more, but do we even have any room for families? Currently, the region can accommodate 37 families. So we can still do it, but we just need more approval. New mercenary companies available. Okay, 37. Let me just pause time for a second there. Or, like, slow down. Still need more food stall over here. We just have one more. Whoa, saving finished. What is happening? There we go. No, level 1. Level 2. Okay, here we go. Level 3. So now, yes, we will ascend to large village. Oh, wait, no, oh, we are at large village, so we'll become a small town. We have changed the word. We are becoming a megalopolis. Yeah! Yeah! I can feel it. I am changing and transforming. Am I an amphibian god as foretold? No, I'm not an amphibian or a god. Sadly. YouTube does it with Tarkov. Here we go. All right. Finally, we've got our next level. So, we are going to get... really, the next thing that our economy could use would be the heavy plow. Here, we will begin to expand our fields. So, now we can basically get flax, barley, and everything else. So, let's get some barley. We will do barley, like a much larger field. But from here on in, what I would really do, because, like, at this point... our civilization will just grow. I will outline the fields, what we would do if I were to continue, but I kind of want to end it there because it would take like 5 more hours to grind out all the stuff that I would want to do. I'm going to just make some massive barley fields because we really do need a lot of crops if we want to survive. But from here, it's mainly just like making giant fields. And I kind of want you to get an idea of what the overall end game kind of looks like here as far as what does it look like to fully develop one village? And I think it is kind of sweet. If we do, like, flax right there. Flax we might not need as much of, but, whatever, I'm fine. We will do one huge wheat field over here, too. Oh, that's kind of cool. It fits perfectly in there. Cool. Okay, so this is more or less what our village would look like in the end. I'm just going to make this into wheat. I might destroy our entire village, though, if I try to do this year, because they will attempt to farm too much ground that they just don't have time for. But from there, it would pretty much just be building more burgage plots, probably, like, along here, because that's way more than we could sustain with these people. More of these houses would develop into these larger, level 3 spots. And then we would just get gradually more and more amenities. But we kind of needed that heavy plow. We'll also just upgrade to that in here so that we could use like an ox for plowing or whatever. But for right now, I feel like that is about as much of a sneak preview as I feel equipped to do in a live stream. Simply because if I keep going, it's going to take me another 3 hours to get about as much progress as I did there. Yeah, I mean, maybe by min-maxing something I could do something crazy, but I thought this would be interesting just for, like, a bandit-heavy start at the beginning. But I think in the end, a lot of what you just do wind up with for right now is still kind of wondering about what will those big pitched battles look like, unless if you go for that, like, 8 hours or so. But, yeah, like I said, I think I'm just going to end it with something kind of cool, so I'm going to do a big battle, and I'm going to use all of my money to hire as many mercenaries as I can, in order to destroy the bandits, and then I will explode at the end of the stream. Metaphorically, of course. I will just hire all of the bandits, and I'm curious what happens when I run out of money. Let's just hire everyone. Okay, here they all come, and we are recruiting them all to go to the bandit camp, but let's just surround it. Oh god, this is... I want to see, like, what I can create. Yes, sire! There they come. Oh god. There's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so it's gonna take them a minute to get here. Let me make sure that they all arrive, so I will just keep my guys soaking in the rain. Let's have these other people run. Run, run! Mercenaries. Okay, cool, they are running. Where are my other people? You there, run! Oh, they are already running. There we go. Run faster, as fast as you can. And these people also run. The game automatically pauses when you're zoomed out like that much. Oh god, our people have gotten too close. No, run away, run away. Don't do that. You don't... No, I have drawn the bandits to us. Okay, then we will do it at our homeland, then. I wonder how far, or how close they come. Did approval drop 13% as I said we will destroy the... Oh, now it's back up to 74. Explode, you say? I will explode with pleasure. Oh, did we get the flock of crazy geese? Yes, we get the flock of crazy geese. Oh, no, I forgot to read their description because I was just busy spamming everyone. But yes, go back in time on this VOD and read the description for the flock of crazy geese because it is quite funny. Okay, the mercenaries are approaching our homeland. Or, I mean, the... Well, they are too, but the bandits mainly is what I'm worried about. Here we go. No, no, they won't get there in time. Alright, whatever, I have like, more than enough units. I just kind of want to have a massive pitched battle. Cool. All right, so this is what a whole army looks like. Against, unfortunately, it's only 16 bandits, but we will mop the floor with their blood. I wonder if the archers just go in if I just leave them standing there. Do I need to command you? Can you fire like that? I know this is a very inconvenient thing to do for as far as... Okay, they are fine like that. All right, then everyone stand in front of the archers. Let them fire. You guys stand in front because they always want to attack the rich people for some reason. Yes, sire. There we go. All right. And... Oh, wow, these people are in, like, spread formation. These are... Oh, these are the brigands, the Brotherhood of the Forest. All right, we will shoot at will. Look at that, man. Can they even approach us? Okay, wait, I gotta get in there. Oh, that's so cool. I will go in as Lord as they are routed. Ooh. So cool. Very awesome. Anyway, that's about all I have for you guys today. This has been Manor Lords. I do appreciate you coming out here. My internet was a little weird today. Probably the bandwidth on this stream is going to be kind of funny. I have been streaming at about 10 gigabits per second, which is definitely not enough for this game. So like I said, if you want to see something higher quality of this, it's about all my internet can handle here. So I would recommend checking out the 1440p version on the VOD channel. But this is looking to be worth the hype. I'm really curious to see what else there is in terms of combat. That seems to be one of the cooler parts of this game. But anyway, with that, I think I'm going to bid you guys adieu. Thanks very much for coming out. More videos to come next week. And sorry if you were here for the beginning of the stream where we totally lagged out. But anyway, love you guys lots. And yeah, have a great rest of the weekend. And thanks for coming in. And also, Leon Haslam, thank you very much for becoming a member. Appreciate you guys. Take care. Take care. XOXO. All right.